Well, we had some technical difficulties, folks. We welcome you back. There's 2 outs in the top of the second and a chopper foul off the bat of Madison White. And the count will go to a ball, or no balls and a strike, rather, on Madison White. We welcome you back. We're in the top of the second inning. And we have, or no balls, 2 strikes, rather. Madison White at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. The Argos base is empty. Couple of nice defensive plays by the Vikings on the right side of the infield thus far in the inning. And a pitch that misses away. The count will go to a ball and 2 strikes on Madison White. We had some internet issues here, as sometimes does pop up at the softball field here in Valley City, but hopefully we've got those worked out as we go forward. The 1-2 pitch called, strike 3. Madison White rung up on strikes, and Maddie Hazelton, has her 3rd strikeout of the game, and she has a 1-2-3 inning, and the Argos will go away. Nothing across in their half of the second. We played an inning and a half, and your score is the Vikings nothing and Providence nothing. This is Vikings softball. VCSU Athletics on YouTube, newsdakota.com. We're back with more in a couple of moments. We invite you to stay with us.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
We welcome you back. For those of you that weren't with us during that last half inning, Valley City State retires Providence 3 up, 3 down. We had internet issues here at the softball complex, as typically pops up here, and it's going to be a tough day for that. We've noticed that our signal strength is poor here today. We're not exactly sure why. It's a development that's different from yesterday, but we have obviously some challenges when it comes down to staying online here. But Aaliyah Nicola will lead things off for Valley City State as we make our way into the bottom of the second. And the pitch to Nicola is lifted to center field. Well hit. Cassidy Yeoman back after it, but again, that stays in the park, as that gusty southwest wind going to hold a lot of balls in the park today, and Nicola will fly out to center field for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Hadley Gurley to the plate. As we mentioned, with the wind blowing in, Madison White, who has been hit pretty hard by opposing pitchers this year, going to have a little bit of an advantage. You can make a few more mistakes because that wind is going to be a factor. We've seen it affect a few batted balls already today, and it could be more of an effect as it goes throughout the day. Gurley at the plate takes a pitch down low for a ball, and the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Hadley Gurley is the designated player. The Vikings threatened in their half of the first inning, but did not score. Gurley at the plate, and the pitch to her, a riser high. 3 balls, no strikes on Gurley. Gurley stands ready, and the 3-0 offering to her. That'll be a strike. Count goes to 3 balls and a strike on Hadley Gurley. Gurley on the season, a .294 hitter this year. Gurley's a freshman from Saskatchewan, swinging a hit foul back behind the plate by Gurley. Gurley's from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, and in the designated player role that the Vikings have today. Batting for Maddie Hazelton. 3-2 pitch on the way to Gurley. Up high, ball 4, and the Vikings have another base runner. Well, the challenge for Valley City State with the ball staying in the park today in the air will be to find a way, whatever that is, to hit the ball down and drive runners across. McNeil stands ready for the Vikings. And the first pitch to McNeil misses inside for ball 1. McNeil, the third baseman for the Vikings today. .238 hitter. She swings and drives one to right center field in the gap. Long run for Yeoman to get there, but she makes the catch. Cassidy Yeoman, the center fielder for Providence, getting over to make that play. Another well-struck ball for Valley City State, driven for an infield hit. It will turn the lineup around for the Vikings, as the Vikings now have a pair of base runners. And we'll see Pascal Keene coming to the plate.
Number 6, Pascal Keene.
So Pascal Keene will come to the plate for Valley City State. Keene 0 for 1, a fly out to left field her first time up. She hit the ball very well into the corner the first time she. It's on YouTube and newsdakota.com. Well, folks, welcome back. Again, some more technical issues that we've run into here throughout the course. We have nobody out here in the top of the third, as we'll have at the plate Ali Ayanaka. She faces a 1-ball, 2-strike count. We're going to do the best we can to try to stay aboard, but our internet issues are a problem today as Ayanaka puts one in the hole between short and third for a base hit, and that will be the second hit of the game for Providence. So again, internet issues that we're dealing with here today at the field, and as we go in and out, we're going to be kind of hopeful that we'll stay on as long as we can here, folks. Again, every once in a while we run into this problem here at the field, and we apologize for it. Cassidy Yeoman will come to the plate for Providence with a base runner at first base and nobody out, and Yeoman is hit by a pitch, and so now we'll see runners at first and second. Tennyson Enos is at the plate for Providence with runners on first and second. Nobody out in the top of the third. As now it's Providence trying to build a threat. The Vikings have built a threat in the first couple of innings today. Enos now standing ready. She'll take a pitch away. And the count will go to 2 balls and no strikes. Enos grounded out to the first baseman back in the first inning. That was in the middle of Providence putting the threat together. It moved runners to second and third at the time. Bases eventually were loaded, but Providence left them loaded. Pitch misses away, and the count will go to 2 balls and a strike. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Tennyson Enos. Aaron Bishop would be next. This is a dangerous part of the Providence order to mess around with. The 2-1 pitch lifted in the air on the infield, Infield fly rule will be in effect here. First baseman Kennedy Stone coming on to take charge of the play. And she'll make the catch on Enos's pop fly for the first out of the inning. So with one out, Erin Bishop will come to the plate. Bishop walked her first time up, and that was part of loading the bases for Providence before back-to-back strikeouts for Maddie Hazelton. Ended up stranding the bases loaded for Providence. And the pitch on the way to Bishop. She'll take it for a strike in the outer half. And the count is no balls and a strike on Erin Bishop. Ali Ayanaka is at second base. Cassidy Yeoman at first. A walk, or actually rather a hit, and a hit batsman has put him on at first and second. Swinging a foul off the back screen. And the count now no balls and 2 strikes. Once again, Kennedy Stone, after working a pretty picture-perfect second, trying to work herself out of a bit of a jam here in the third for the Vikings. Bishop stands ready. And the 0-2 pitch. Lifted in the air to left field. Going to be shallow, in foul territory. Running catch made by Avery Kuklinski to chase that one down. That's a big out to get with a ball over foul territory. Ball drops and Bishop breathes new life, but with Kuklinski able to charge in and make that catch, you get an out over foul territory. Takes a bat out of the lineup here for Providence. 2 away with runners on at first and second, and Alex Bishop will come to the plate. And the pitch to Bishop. Swing and a miss. And the count's no balls and a strike on Bishop. We're in the top of the third. Scoreless battle between the Vikings and Providence today. A look towards the pitch card by Hazelton. And the 0-1 to Bishop. Lifted in the air in the infield. Could get him out of the inning. Calling for this. Second baseman Kylie Bannard. She's got the catch. Bishop will pop out. Again, the Argos are turned away after building a threat in their half of the third inning. No runs on a hit. They'll leave 2. The Argos have stranded 5 in 3 at-bats today. After 2.5 innings of play, it remains the Vikings nothing and Providence nothing. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. Let us help you become our next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
Welcome back to our coverage of Viking softball today. VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. Here at the Viking softball complex, 2.5 innings in the books. And the Vikings and Argos are scoreless as Madden Bogenreef will come to the plate for Valley City State. It'll be Bogenreef, Kennedy Stone, Kylie Bannard due up to face Madison White, entering her 3rd inning of work for Providence today. And White delivers to Bogenreef. It's high, and the count will go to a ball and no strikes. The Vikings have threatened in both the first and second. 3 hits so far for the Vikings. They've stranded 4. The wind has kept the Vikings off the board so far today. Some well-struck balls. Here's a swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Madden Bogenreef. And the leadoff batter is aboard in the 3rd for the Vikings. And Kylie Bannard will come to the plate. Kennedy Stone, my apologies, will come to the plate. Bannard up next. Couple of big bats for the Vikings now to try to produce. Stone singled her first time up, was forced at 3rd to end the first inning. She'll swing and miss, and a hefty swing from Kennedy Stone goes through it. And the count will be no balls and a strike on Kennedy Stone. Madison White into her 3rd inning for the Argos. Stone stands in, And White delivers 0-1, swinging a foul that will flare out of play off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes on Stone. Bogenreef away from first. Vikings looking for an answer. They've hit the ball well today, have not been able to produce. Stone will drive one up and over the head of Moultrie at shortstop, and this one's going to roll to the wall. A turn at third base. They're going to hold up, however, at third base on Madden Bogenreef. Now a late decision to go. Bogenreef will score. A turn at second base for Stone. She'll go to third, and the Vikings will lead 1-0. Stone with a double. Bogenreef to third on the shot into the gap. And after that, perhaps a mishandle of the ball that allows for Bogenreef to come home and score, and Kennedy Stone to take the extra bag at third. And so the Vikings, with a big blow into the left center field gap, that put the opening run on the board and will bring Banner to the plate. Well, that's exactly what you have to do as a hitter today to adjust. Kennedy Stone, instead of trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark with that wind gale forcing in out of the southwest, you're going to need to keep the ball down. Line drives, good crisp pieces of hitting, and that one up and over Moultrie's head. No chance for her to get it, and rolled quickly into the gap. Kylie Bannard at the plate. She'll swing and drive one the opposite way, but foul. Ends up out of territory on the right. And the count will go to no balls and a strike on Kylie Bannard. Bannard singled in the first. 1 for 1 so far today. White taking a look in. The 0-1 pitch. Bannard swings and sends one foul again. That'll bring the count to no balls, 2 strikes. Vikings with a sweep yesterday. Looking to sweep today, put Carroll College out of range and try to grab the number 3 seed in the upcoming tournament. Here's a drifter on the right side in foul territory, and that will drop. In foul territory, count remains 0-2. Carroll College will not play until Sunday this weekend, so we will not know what the final standings are in softball until we get to the end of the day Monday when Carroll finishes their series with Mayville. The 0-2 pitch is high. The count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. But a sweep of the doubleheader yesterday by the Vikings have put them in great position to try to claim the number 3 seed with a very young softball team. 1-2 pitch up high. The count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not a senior to be found on this team. A lot of contributing sophomores and freshmen. And if they can hold the group together, good chances for a bright future. The 2-2 popped in the air, foul territory, and Aliyah Ayanaka was unable to locate that ball. She popped up looking for it. It didn't have a lot of height to it, and so she didn't get a lot of time to get any instruction as to where to look for the ball. Ends up falling behind her. And some new life here for Kylie Bannard. Remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from White. Bannard will take that high. And it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kylie Bannard. 1-0 Vikings here in the bottom of the third. Bannard stands ready. And the 2-2. Lifted in the air in the infield again. This time at Madison Moultrie, the shortstop. She'll step up to make the catch. Bannard will pop out for the first out of the third inning. And Jenna Decker will come to the plate. Decker to the plate after rolling into a fielder's choice. She hit the ball well, but right at third baseman Alex Bishop back in the first inning. And with the force at third, Bishop had only to touch up. That forced Kennedy Stone at the time, who's currently at third base, and it ended a Viking threat in the first inning. The Vikings getting a runner at third with nobody out. They're not going to be pleased. They're going to want to produce that second run. And a 1-0 pitch lifted in the air on the infield left side off the bat of Decker. Another catch for Madison Moultrie. She'll make the play. Pair of pop-outs to shortstop, and it's up to Aaliyah Nicola.
Now ready, number 24, Aaliyah Nicola.
So Nicola to the plate. The Vikings with a single and then a double that drove in Bogenreef. Kennedy Stone at third, but she was standing at third with nobody out. Valley City State will not be happy leaving that runner at third. So a pressure at bat here. Aaliyah Nicola stands ready. And the pitch to her. Good one for a strike. No balls and a strike on Aaliyah Nicola. She flew out to center field. Hit the ball well. Deep to center field. Her first time up, but the wind probably kept that ball in the park. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Aaliyah Nicola. Nicola back in the box. And White delivers. Swing and a miss. Big, healthy swing for Nicola. Couldn't catch up. Count should be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennedy Stone down at third. And the 1-2 pitch. Just missed. Not sure where that one missed. Might have been a little bit low. But Nicola took a quick look down the base path just to make sure. And she'll step in now. A ball and 2 strikes. Rather, 2 balls, 2 strikes in the count. And the 2-2 up high. Nicola trying to work her way through the at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Aaliyah Nicola. Hadley Gurley waiting in the on-deck circle for the Vikings. The 3-2. This is up the middle. That will leak into center field for a base hit. Really nice at-bat for Aaliyah Nicola to battle. Got behind in the count and was able to battle her way back, taking a couple of pitches onto the zone. She comes up with an RBI single. Kennedy Stone will score, and the Vikings take a 2-0 lead. That was a huge at-bat for Aaliyah Nicola to step in and get that piece of work done and bring home the runner from third. And now Hadley Gurley to the plate for the Vikings. And Gurley will take a pitch low, squirts away, and in a late attempt to move by Aaliyah Nicola, she will do so. Probably a pass ball on that one. And Nicola stands in scoring position. And now the Vikings with an opportunity to drive in another run. Nicola will slap one towards the right center field gap. That's going to drop. It'll be a base hit. A turnaround third, and scoring on the play will be Nicola as Gurley, drives one out into the right center field gap, and Gurley running effectively makes 2 out of it right away. Gurley will bring in Nicola from second base on a double, and the Vikings take a 3-0 lead. Kayla McNeil comes to the plate for the Vikings. And the pitch to McNeil. She'll swing and flare one foul. The count will go to no balls and a strike. Couple of big at-bats in numbers 6 and 7 in the order. Nicola with an RBI single. Gurley with an RBI double, both plating runs. The 0-1 pitch to McNeil. Drive left side off the glove of third baseman Alex Bishop. She'll pick it up after knocking it down. Throws to get McNeil. And the side is out for the Vikings in the Viking half of the third. However, 3 runs will come across in the inning on 4 base hits. The Vikings will strand 1. We played 3. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. It's the Vikings 3 and the Argos nothing. This is Viking softball, BCSU Athletics on YouTube and newsdakota.com.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
You kept us fed through tough times. And despite rising business costs, you keep doing what you love because you know you're making a difference. No matter the challenges, we're here to help you navigate the highs and lows to grow your business, to improve your land, or to buy new equipment. We all rely on you, and we're just happy to return the favor. Go with Allies. Go with trust. Go with Dakota Bank.
We will go to the top of the 4th inning, and Madison Moultrie will lead things off for the Argos, who now trail the Vikings 3-0 on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. Game 1 of our doubleheader this afternoon. Maddie Hazelton ready to deliver, does, and a swing and a foul back to the screen off the bat of Moultrie will bring the count to no balls and a strike. The Vikings put the rally together. 3 runs on 4 hits, a pair of extra base hits in the inning. Back in the third, a double for Kennedy Stone, a double for Hadley Gurley. Moultrie at the plate 0 for 1 today, a strikeout victim back in the first. Was a big strikeout at the time for Maddie Hazelton. Hazelton delivers for a strike. The count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. Hazelton was facing the bases loaded, 1 out, and got back-to-back strikeouts on Alex Bishop and Madison Moultrie, who have knocked in a ton of runs between the two of them this year to get out of the inning. The 0-2 pitch to Moultrie. That one to the right side. One hopper to Kennedy Stone. And the first baseman will step on the bag to retire Moultrie. Well struck ball, but right at the first baseman. And now number 1 recorded as Tiffany Fuentes will come to the plate. Fuentes rolled out to the first baseman her first time up. That came back in the first, or rather in the second, to start the second. She'll take a pitch for a strike. And the count's no balls and a strike on Tiffany Fuentes. Fuentes stands ready. Hazelton gets her signal from the dugout. The 0-1 pitch. Riser up high. That'll level the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Normally, we give you a little bit more biographical information, things like that for the players today. But, folks, with the internet connection that we've had, we're going to keep it really simple and just kind of focus in on the game to see if we can, keep you tuned in as long as we can here. So, apologies for a lack of depth today when it comes down to telling you about the players that are at the plate, pitching, that type of thing. Fuentes takes one out of the zone for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Tiffany Fuentes. Hazelton delivers, swinging a foul. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hazelton worked pretty well through this part of the order in the second. Got Fuentes, Galloway, and White 3 up, 3 down. A look in, the 2-1 pitch. Missed high. Count will level up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fuentes steps out. And the 2-2 pitch. That one up high. Correction, that was the 3-2 pitch. It'll be ball 4. And Fuentes will advance on the 3rd walk issued by Maddie Hazelton today. We've also had a jostling of our camera, folks. We will fix the camera view for you coming up here in between innings. We'll see in the meantime, however, a conversation going on between Maddie Hazelton and third baseman Caitlin McNeil, while Ella Galloway is set to come to the plate for the Argos. Now we have a longer conversation going on. Fuentes is going to be run for. So the Argos are going to go to their bench, and it will be Mia Monroe that's running for Fuentes at first base. So apparently while you're the flex, you have the flexibility to be a runner for a player, so Monroe will step in. And really, Fuentes is hitting for Monroe, so that works as a change between those two, so you can play in that spot. So Monroe will run at first base, and a strike is taken by Ella Galloway. So Mia Monroe standing on first base. That would have been the opportunity for the Vikings to conference up. Count, no balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch, lifted foul back to the screen. And the count is no balls, 2 strikes. You can see the dirt blowing across the infield at times here. This wind is a big challenge today. It's a west-southwest wind. At times it's straight west blowing into the Viking dugout towards the third baseline. At times it's straight out of the southwest right into the ballpark. The 0-2, swinging a foul again, out of play to the right. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Galloway grounded out to second her first time up. And the 0-2 pitch. Just missed down low. Count to go to a ball and 2 strikes. You can hear the Argos dugout in the background trying to get things going with a little bit of atmosphere here. Look towards the dugout by Hazelton. And the 0-2. Missed away. Back pick down at first. Oh, they would have had her. They would have had her if Kennedy Stone would have held the ball. Great throw by Pascal Keene. Kennedy Stone was in the right spot, and Mia Monroe was off the bag, but you could see our first base umpire waiting to throw the out signal, but then the ball leaked out. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a foul tip back to the glove. That's strike 3 for Ella Galloway. Galloway's down on strikes for out number 2 here in the 4th. 4 strikeouts today for Maddie Hazelton. 2 away, runner still at first base. Madison White will come to the plate, attempting to help her own cause. The pitcher today for the Argos. And the pitch to her to Hazelton. That will get away from Pascal Keene. It will allow Monroe to move on to second. She'll take a look at third, but will hold up. So a runner in scoring position now for the Argos. And Madison White will come to the plate. A ball and no strikes on White. She struck out looking her first time up in the second. Pitch to her, foul back to the screen, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Second game is scheduled for 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we'll have that one for you here as well on newsdakota.com and also on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. The 1-1 missed outside. Count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Vikings leading 3-0 in the top of the 4th on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. The 1-1 pitch up high. The count now 2 balls and a strike on Madison White. This is a big at-bat for Maddie Hazelton. Hazelton wants to shut this down here. You don't want to turn the lineup over. The top hitter, number 1 hitter in the order, Ali Ayanaka, waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-1 pitch, caught the outside corner for strike 2. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Madison White. Big pitch coming up here. Vikings leading 3-0. And the 3-2 pitch to White. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Another 3-2 pitch coming up here from Madison White. Hazelton takes a look in, has what she's looking for. 3-2 again. Missed down low for ball 4. And so the lineup will turn over. Madison White will advance on a base on balls. That'll be the 4th walk issued by Maddie Hazelton today. And with 2 aboard and 2 outs, Ali Ayanaka will come to the plate, the leadoff hitter. She singled her last time up. She's been aboard twice. She drew a walk to start the day. This is going to be a tough spot for Maddie Hazelton. 3-0 lead, but 2 aboard and the top of the order coming up, and you can't afford to let this go much further. First pitch to Ayanaka, swing and a miss. You got lefties coming up here as well. They're tough to get out. This Providence lineup is built with the idea that they're top heavy when it comes down to their batting alignment. The Vikings are playing Ayanaka to slap towards the left side. And the pitch swung on, hit foul to that left side. The count be no balls and 2 strikes. Aaliyah Nicola, the Vikings shortstop, adjusted way over towards third. Kaylin McNeil hugging the line. No balls, 2 strikes. Ayanaka at the plate, the 0-2 pitch, missed away. And the count will be a ball and 2 strikes on Ayanaka. Wind really picking up again. The flag's out in center field. You can see him just ripping away. Ayanaka ready, the 1-2. Slapped again, left side. Bouncer, that will be foul. Argos entering the day 18-8 in conference play. Dropped a pair to the Vikings yesterday. The Vikings now 14-12 after winning those 2 games yesterday. The 1-2 again. Check swing. Holding up on it was Ayanaka. It was high. Count level. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. The 2-2 pitch. Slapped left side. Gonna drop for a base hit. They waved a runner around. A throw to the plate gonna be offline. The Argos will score. Throw back to second base. They've got a runner hung up. And a tag out on Madison White trying to advance to third. Ayanaka will single. It will score. Mia Monroe coming around from second base. But but we'll see White forced. The play will be 7-2 to 4 for the tag out. White is out for out number 3, but the Argos get on the board. A run will come across in the benefit of just that one hit, a pair of walks in the inning, and the Argos will leave 1. We have played 3.5. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. The Vikings 3, the Argos 1. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Vikings give one back. The Argos cut the lead to 2, 3-1. And their half of the 4th, Avery Kuklinski will lead things off for Valley City State. She sends one towards the left field line, but foul. And the count is 0-1 on Avery Kuklinski. Vikings score 3, their half of the 3rd. The Argos come back with a run in the 4th. Pair of walks from Maddie Hazelton that helped the Argos out. They score with just the benefit of a single hit. Off speed misses away on Kuklinski, and the count will level up 1 ball, 1 strike. Kuklinski singled back in the 2nd inning. A look in by Madison White. And White will deliver the 1-1. That's high. The count will go to 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch to Kuklinski. She slaps that one towards the left side. Long run to get there for Aaron Bishop. She can't catch up with it. And the count will now go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. The conference tournament begins on Thursday in Dickinson. Baseball, softball will both be there. Viking baseball involved in their matchup right now with Dickinson State, trying to hold on to a number 2 seed possibility after a split yesterday. The 2-2 slap left side. That will drop for a base hit. Good piece of hitting for Avery Kuklinski for her 2nd hit of the day. Pitches on the outer half. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just went with the pitch. Got a good piece of contact with it and drove it over the infield. Textbook hitting for Avery Kuklinski that will put her on first base and bring Pascal Keene to the plate now for the Vikings. The Vikings will feel a little sense of urgency to try to get that run back. And the top of the order due up 3rd time through now against Madison White. Pitch misses low, and the count will go to a ball and no strikes. Again, this is a pitcher from Providence that the Vikings think they could have some success against. The number's a bit elevated for Madison White this season. The wind has kept some balls in, though, however. Pitch called a strike, top of the zone. The count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. White hasn't hurt herself today. She hasn't struck anybody out, but she also hasn't walked a batter. Maddie Hazelton for the Vikings, a handful of walks, and that's led to the lone run for the Argos so far. Here's a drive to center. After it, Cassidy Yeoman stepping into the right center field gap. She'll make the catch. Keene will fly out to center field, and the Vikings have their first out of the 4th. Madden Bogenreef to the plate. And this really, when, obviously, just kind of a blind eye to it, but this 2-3-4 trip through the lineup, this is where the Vikings can really hurt an opposing pitcher, starting with Madison Bogenreef. And Maddie Bogenreef drives one up the middle, could be 2. Gloved by Enos, flipped to second base for 1. To first, not going to be in time. Bogenreef will end up beating it out and reaches on a fielder's choice. Kuklinski is forced 4-6 for out number 2. And with 2 outs and a runner at first base, Kennedy Stone will come to the plate. Stone ready, takes an off-speed pitch inside for ball 1. Wind really gusted up and started blowing things around out there again. It's just treacherous conditions that we have to play with today. The 1-0 to Stone is high. Back pick down to first base. Ball leaked away. Bogenreef made a little bluff jump off the bag. All that does is force Galloway to go field it. She'll stay put. Stone back at the plate. And the pitch to her. That one high. Kennedy Stone in a stance or a spot here for the Vikings. Try to extend an inning. 2 outs in the inning. Madden Bogenreef down at first base. And the pitch to Stone. That one called a strike on the inside corner. Stone ready. The pitch. Down low for ball 4. So Kennedy Stone will draw a walk. And on to second base goes Madden Bogenreef. 2 aboard again for the Vikings, and that is the first walk that's been issued by Madison White today. So Kylie Bannard to the plate with 2 aboard for the Vikings. Vikings leading 3-1 here in the 4th inning. Bottom of 4. The pitch to Bannard. She'll take it high for ball 1. Bogenreef at second base. Kennedy Stone at first for the Vikings. Bannard's 1 for 2 today, a single back in the 1st inning. And the pitch to her. Fastball misses away. Counts 2 balls and no strikes on Kylie Bannard. Bannard plenty of pop in the bat. Not really the big thing today with the wind blowing in, but she'll get a pitch to hit here at some point. The pitch to her. That one inside and actually gets off the top of the glove of Ali Ayanaka. Runners will advance. That could be a big development for the Vikings. A base hit would now plate a pair of runs, maybe. Kennedy Stone runs pretty well. And Kylie Bannard at the plate. First base is now open. Madison White delivers. Up high, ball 4. And Bannard is aboard. Second straight free pass for Madison White. And this is going to draw a meeting in the pitcher circle. Perhaps. Maybe not. Nope. Coaching staff from the Argos came out of the dugout. Are they just going to go ahead and make a change here without going out to meet their pitcher in the circle? That would be kind of an odd play. Let's see what they're going to do here. Decker set to come to the plate. Conversation continues. It's off camera to our right, but the home plate umpire and the Argos coaching staff talking things through. Wow. Well, I haven't seen that before. They're going to make a pitching change without going out to the circle. So we're going to see a pitching change, which means we'll have a break in the action. We'll come back with more in a couple of moments on Viking softball.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Well, the new pitcher for the Argos will be Kaylee Gull that steps in to take over. So the Argos go to their bullpen here in the 4th inning. 3 2/3 innings of work for Madison White today. Kaylee Gull, the new pitcher, ERA of 6.59. This will be her 11th appearance this season. She's 2-2 as far as the record is concerned. And she'll deliver a pitch inside for a ball to Jenna Decker. And the count is a ball and no strikes. The Vikings bat with the bases loaded here in the 4th inning, leading by a score of 3-1. Decker at the plate asking for time as some sand blew up into her face again. And that's going to be an ongoing thing now that goes on throughout the day. 41 hits on Kaylee Gull in 28 2/3 innings of work so far here this season. Big at bat with the bases loaded here. Pitch to Decker, misses away. It's certainly a change of pace here for the Vikings. Quite a bit more velocity that you're going to see now from Gall compared to what you had from White. And the pitch, called a strike on the inside corner. Report coming in from the Charlie. The Vikings lead 2-0 in the fourth inning of their matchup. Connor Martin with 9 strikeouts for the Vikings in that matchup. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch called the strike on Decker. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to Decker. And the 2-2. Slapped right side. It's into right field, and that'll be a base hit. Home to score is Bogenreef. They're waving around Stone. The throw to the plate is offline and too high. Stone will score underneath it. Huge base hit for Jenna Decker. That plates 2 for the Vikings with 2 outs in the inning, and the Vikings will go up by a score of 5-1. Bannard goes on to third on it, and on to second on the throw will be Jenna Decker. So the Vikings take a 5-1 lead. 2 more in scoring position for Aaliyah Nicola as the Vikings push their lead to 4. Biggest lead they've had so far today. They answer back, and they're half of the fourth. And a pitch on the way, misses inside for a ball on Aaliyah Nicola. Nicola 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored so far today. Kaylee Gall takes a look in. Pitch on the way, called a strike. The 2 runs in this inning charged to Madison White. And Kylie Banner down at third, still White's responsibility, as White was the pitcher of record when she reached. The 1-1 to Nicola, high and tight. Count 2 balls and a strike on Aaliyah Nicola. Nicola steps back in, and the 2-1 offering. That one called a strike. Top of the zone for strike 2. A base hit for Nicola could blow the game wide open for the Vikings. They lead by 4. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch from Gall. Here's a drive towards shortstop. It trickles into center field. That's a base hit. Bannard will score. Coming home to score is Decker. Another huge 2-out hit for the Vikings in the fourth inning. And the Vikings take their lead to 6. It's now 7-1 Valley City State. Well, that'll close the book on Madison White today. White will go 3 2/3 innings. She will give up 5 runs on just 4 hits. She will not strike out a batter, walk 2. And right now, the runners on base belong to Kaylee Gall, but Madison White gives up 5 today in her outing as Hadley Gurley will step to the plate for Valley City State. She doubled her last time up. And the 0-1 pitch to her, chopped right back to the pitcher, Kaylee Gall, who's got it. She'll throw to first base for the out, but the Vikings do damage in their half of the fourth inning. They will pick up 4 runs in the inning on just 2 base hits. The walks come back around to hurt. The Vikings will leave 1, and we played 4. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard after 4 innings of work. The Vikings 7, Providence 1. This is our coverage of Viking softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and newsdakota.com.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
When your team, school, or business needs custom apparel or promotional products, Rambo is here to help. With over 40 years of industry-leading experience, state-of-the-art machines, and dedicated employees, we have the tools and facility to handle any job. With online ordering solutions for sports teams and businesses alike, you can count on us to get the job done correctly and on time. To get your next project started, contact Matt or visit us online at rambo.com.
We make our way to the top of the fifth, and Cassidy Yeoman will lead things off for Providence. Providence now trailing the Vikings by a score of 7-1 after 4 innings of work today. Yeoman, a single, was hit by a pitch. She's 1 for 1 so far this afternoon. She bats for the 3rd time here in the 5th. Kennedy Stone delivers, and here's a drive left side down the third base line. It's into left field for a base hit. Yeoman comes up with a solid shot. And Tennyson Enos will come to the plate now for Providence. The top of the order, the top 2 in the Providence order, 6 trips to the plate today. They are officially 4 for 4, and they've been on base every time. 4 singles, a walk, and a hit batsman between Ali Ayanaka and Cassidy Yeoman. So they've done their job up top trying to set the plate, if you will. And Yeoman will stand at first as Enos takes a pitch high. The count will go to a ball and no strikes. Enos 0 for 2 today. A ground out to first and a pop out to first. And the pitch to her from Hazelton. Check swing. Runner attempting to steal, and the peg to second base will not be in time. So Yeoman will move up on a stolen bag. It'll keep the Argos out of a force-out situation, and with a lefty at the plate, you might think, okay, down 6, the purpose of stealing the bag. Well, you can keep that force out away from second. Tough out to get at first base with the lefty at the plate. And Enos will take one out of the zone. Count will go to 3 balls and no strikes on Enos. So Hazelton, 4 walks. She walked 2 last inning. 1 of those scored. That's the only run thus far for the Argos. And the 3-0 pitch is ball 4. So the 5th walk of the day for Maddie Hazelton. The Vikings with a big lead, but you can't afford to give parts of it back for free. And the 5th walk for Maddie Hazelton going to bring Aaron Bishop to the plate. And these 2 bats are tough ones for the Argos. 18 home runs between Aaron Bishop and Alex Bishop due up next for the Argos this season. Pair of runners aboard. Hazelton delivers, swinging a pop foul back behind the plate. 0-1 on Aaron Bishop, who walked back in the 1st and flew out to left field in the 3rd. Bishop steps in. Hazelton takes a look. The 0-1 pitch. High in the air to left field and deep. Back after it, Kuklinski. She's at the fence. That's just a long strike. Foul ball. That one jumped off the bat and just kept carrying for Aaron Bishop, but a little bit too much of it as she yanks it foul. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Aaron Bishop. The game is not playing with a lot of pace today. There's a lot of checking of cards. There's a lot going on. We're already an hour and 15 minutes into the matchup, still just in the 5th inning. A look in by Hazelton. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded hot shot left side. That went into the corner, but foul. These batters now getting their 3rd look at Maddie Hazelton here in this game. And trying to get into a rhythm. And as we mentioned, Alex Bishop coming up next. She leads the team in home runs. Tough couple of bats with runners on. Another 0-2. Got her chasing strike 3. Some heat off the plate and a swing by Bishop. She goes around, can't catch up to it. Big strikeout for Maddie Hazelton. That's her 5th strikeout today. And Alex Bishop will come to the plate for the Argos with 1 out now in the 5th. Hazelton takes a look in. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. No, Treckman chopped out towards the pitcher's plate. It'll be picked up by the pitcher, Maddie Hazelton. Didn't have a great angle on it. It looked like, or it actually sounded like, that ball hit the catcher's mitt. So my apologies, folks. Apparently a little piece there that rolled out towards Hazelton. She was able to cover it and send it over to first. We're very low as we take a look at the game here. We're almost field level, and so when that happens, you can't see where the ball ended up. It's not like at the Charlie where you're elevated. You can see a ball come out in front of the plate. Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, and Madison Moultrie will take one away for ball 1. But the thud you heard in the background, it sounded a lot like that ball was in the catcher's glove, not that it hit a bat at all. Alertly, though, Hazelton was able to come in, get the ball, grab the out. 1-0 pitch to Moultrie. Misses low. Back pick towards third. No reason for that throw at all. Runner going to score as the ball leaks into left field. And that'll make it 7-2. The Viking lead cut to 5. An error charge to Pascal Keene. Enos will move on to third base. That's a frustrating run for the Vikings to give up. 2 balls, no strikes to Moultrie. And the pitch to her. Hot shot foul towards the right. Moultrie struck out back in the first. In the fourth, she rolled out to the first baseman. Hazelton takes a look at the call. And the 2-1. That one misses up for ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Hazelton checks the pitch card. And the 3-1 pitch. Check swing going to be called a strike. I'm not sure if they're calling the swing a strike or if they're calling the pitch a strike, but nonetheless, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count. Hazelton trying to get out of another jam here in the 5th. Runner at third, 1 in the inning. Moultrie at the plate. 3-2 pitch. Lifted foul right side and twisting out of play. Remains 3-2. Moultrie steps back into the box. Hazelton takes a look. Another 3-2 pitch. Again lifted foul. Now we're out of softballs. Like we were talking about before, the game is not played with a lot of pace today. As all typically softball's a quick game, fast game. This one is just kind of dragged on. There's been a lot of coaching. There's been a lot of checking of cards. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Going to do it again on Madison Moultrie. Runner at third for the Argos. The 3-2. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Hazelton's got it. Throw to first base for the out. Moultrie will be retired on the ground out. And again, that back pick attempt at third cost the Vikings. That run doesn't score without that throw, but there will be a run that comes across on the benefit of a hit and an error, and the Argos will strand one. We played 4.5. Your score, new score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. The Vikings 7 and the Argos 2. This is Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. We're back with more next.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. Let us help you become our next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
We make our way to the bottom of the 5th. Caitlin McNeil will lead things off for the Vikings. And they're facing Kaylee Gull, who will start her first full inning of work. She came on, gave up a couple of hits, but got an out to get out of the 4th. Vikings leading 7-2, and the pitch on the way is up on Caitlin McNeil. Count, a ball and no strikes. McNeil a fly out to center, ground out to third so far today. Gull takes a look, the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, took something off that pitch. Count will level up at 1 ball and 1 strike on McNeil. McNeil a .238 hitter this season. 3rd trip to the plate. She was going to square it at bunt, then decided to hold up as that pitch was in the dirt just about the whole way to the plate. And the count 2 balls and a strike. Gull takes a look. and the 2-1 offering. That one up. 3 balls and a strike now on McNeil. Vikings trying to get things restarted. They drew a couple of walks in the 4th. Those are the only walks they've seen so far in the game. The Vikings with 6 hits so far this afternoon. And a pitch misses outside for ball 4. McNeil finds herself aboard. First walk issued by Gull so far today. And to the plate comes Avery Kuklinski, who shows bunt, lays it down, but it goes foul. And the count will go to no balls and a strike. My apologies, quick correction. 9 hits on the day for the Vikings. And I may correct that further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's go with 10 hits for the Vikings today. 7 runs on 10 hits so far today for Valley City State. The 0-1 pitch is high. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike on Kuklinski. Kuklinski has a pair of hits today. A single in the 2nd, single in the 4th. Bottom of the order here for the Vikings. Back to Pascal Keene to start things off again next. Kuklinski ready. The 1-1 shows bunt, takes it down. And now the runner trying to get back to first base. Diving back in is McNeil. Got a good secondary lead. Was able to stretch it out. Drew a throw from Ali Ayanaka. And McNeil able to dive back in. And it's a small play, but it's something that adds up. You know exactly where your secondary limit is. You know how to extend a lead. 2 balls and a strike. Bunt is shown again and bunted foul. So the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kuklinski. We'll see if that takes the bat out of her hand, so to speak, here. A foul bunt on a strike 3 does count. It's not a foul ball, so usually can't square at that point. She'll swing and ground one back to the pitcher. Gall has it, and her throw is late because the defender was late getting to the bag. Everybody's going to be safe, and Kuklinski will reach. You're probably going to charge an error to the pitcher in that situation, although that's tough scoring against Kaylee Gall. Gall fielded the ball, but Madison Moultrie was the intended target. The shortstop coming over to try to start a double play or at least cover the bag just wasn't there. Gall had to wait, then she hurried her throw and threw it on the second base side of the bag. Now a bunt is shown, and this is bunted foul in the air by Pascal Keene. The count will go to no balls and a strike. So a walk and an error have put runners on first and second for the Vikings here in the 5th. Nobody out. The Vikings leading by a score of 7-2. And Pascal Keene at the plate now. No balls and a strike. Lays down a bunt to third. It's going to move 2 runners along. Great sacrifice by Pascal Keene. Did it the right way the second time around. The play will be 5-3, I believe. That was the first baseman still covering. Runners will advance to second and third. And Madden Bogenreef will come to the plate. 2 aboard. The Vikings leading by 5. And the pitch to Bogenreef up high. Count will go to a ball and no strikes. Boy, on any other day, Bogenreef would have a chance to walk the Argos off here. She's got the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. The wind gale forcing in, though, out of right field. She'll take a pitch low for a ball. And the count will go to 2 balls and no strikes. Bogenreef scored twice today, 1 for 3 officially, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the 4th. Runners from second and third. The pitch to Bogenreef. A chopper back up the middle. A high hop took it over the pitcher's mound. Bogenreef trying to run it out. Coming home to score on the play will be Caitlin McNeil. The Vikings will increase their lead back to 6 at 8-2. Bogenreef is out at first base. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. Kuklinski will come to third. And it will be Kennedy Stone that comes to the plate for the Vikings. So Kennedy Stone at the plate with 2 outs. Another runner at third base for Valley City State. And the pitch to Stone. She'll take it outside for ball 1. Stone today a double, a single, a walk. She scored twice. She's 2 for 2. The 1-0 pitch. That one comes back in for a strike, breaking pitch. The count will level up on Kennedy Stone at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gull stands ready. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Pitch will miss outside. The count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count on Kennedy Stone. Vikings up by 6, 8-2 here in the 5th. The pitch to Stone. She'll take it for a strike. That one broke down. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy Stone, a .425 hitter this season. The 2-2 tour is down low and the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stone with 4 home runs on the year. Be a great time for one of those here if you're a Viking fan. And the 3-2 pitch to her. She'll swing and hit a shot off the third baseman's glove. Alex Bishop knocks it down on a dive. Stone going to beat it out for an infield hit. Kuklinski will come home to score, and that will make it 9-2 Vikings. And Kylie Bannard will come to the plate. That was a rocket towards Alex Bishop. Bishop was able to dive at it, get the top of the glove on it, just no chance to field it cleanly. And Bannard at the plate now for the Vikings as the inning continues, and Bannard will check swing a ball that ends up somehow getting over the fence in foul territory and out of the park. No balls of the strike on Bannard. A single, a walk. She scored a run today. 1 for 2 officially. Bottom of the 5th, the Vikings leading by a score of 9-2. Bannard at the plate. The pitch to her. She'll lift it in the air in the infield. Should end the inning. And coming in to make the catch is Kaylee Gull. Kylie Bannard will pop out to the pitcher to retire the Vikings. But the Vikings do more damage. They'll bring in 2 more runs on the benefit of just 1 hit, the single by Kennedy Stone. There was an error in the inning, and the Vikings will strand one. We've played 5 full. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. The Vikings 9 and the Argos 2. This is Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
You kept us fed through tough times. And despite rising business costs, you keep doing what you love. Because you know you're making a difference. No matter the challenges, we're here to help you navigate the highs and lows to grow your business, to improve your land, or to buy new equipment. We all rely on you, and we're just happy to return the favor. Go with Allies. Go with trust. Go with Dakota Bank.
We will go to the top of the 6th inning, and we'll see Tiffany Fuentes lead it off. This is a big inning for Maddie Hazelton. The bottom third due up for the Argos, with the Vikings up by 7, 9-2. Hazelton's job at this point, throw strikes. Tiffany Fuentes to the plate, and the 1-0 pitch to her. That'll be called a strike. But if you're Maddie Hazelton right now, you've got the bottom third due up in the 6th, a 7-run lead. And your job is a simple one. You want to keep this ball in the strike zone and try to get through this order efficiently. 1-1 pitch high and away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Fuentes has walked and scored a run today. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Fuentes at the plate as Hazelton takes a look at the pitch card. The 2-1 pitch. Boy, that one misses. That was close to the plate. Hazelton sort of takes a long look in to try to figure out where she missed on that, and Kennedy Stone will come over from first base to try to settle her down. That pitch looked like it had the outside corner and maybe then some. Hard to figure out what was wrong with that pitch. Fuentes ahead in the count now, 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. That one's right down the heart of the plate for strike 2. Count 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tiffany Fuentes. Hazelton takes a look at the card. Payoff to Fuentes. Called strike 3. Got her for the 6th strikeout today for Maddie Hazelton. And I don't think Fuentes liked that one. That pitch didn't look as good as the 2-1 pitch that was called a ball. That might have been a makeup call in that situation. So, an out, nobody on, and Ella Galloway will come to the plate. And the pitch to Galloway misses for a ball. The count will go to a ball and no strikes. Galloway today, a ground out to second and a strikeout. She's 0 for 2. She bats here in the 6th with the Vikings leading by a score of 9-2. Stone delivers. Swing and a flare foul. Kennedy Stone will give this a look, but ends up watching it drift out of play. That'll level the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Galloway stepping back in. The 1-1. Called a strike. And the count is now a ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ella Galloway. And the 1-2 from Hazelton. Grounded towards third. This one cannot be backpicked by Caitlin McNeil. Drifts into foul territory. A turn at first base by Galloway. She'll hold up there. And we'll give a base hit to Galloway on that one as that ball popped right over the bag. And it was going to take a pretty aggressive backhanded play by McNeil to get to it. So 1 out base runner for the Argos. And Madison White will come to the plate. Or at least White's position. This will be Gall that will bat. Gall will hit for herself, as did White. Gall comes in as the new pitcher. And a swing and a miss. The count, no balls and a strike. 0-1 on Kaylee Gall. Hazelton takes a look to the dugout. And the 0-1 pitch. That one down low. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the order lurks on deck. Hazelton wants an out here at minimum as that order turns itself around here in the 6th. A look in, the 1-1 offering. That one misses high and away. The count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Again, Ali Ayanaka and Cassidy Yeoman, 1 and 2 in the order, are 4 for 4 today. They've been on base 6 times. The 2-1 pitch, high in the air to left field. Looks to be playable. Kuklinski drifting back. She'll make the catch. A bluff to tag at first base by Galloway. She'll hold up there. And Gull will fly out to left for out number 2. So 2 away. And Ali Ayanaka set to come to the plate for the Argos. Ayanaka has walked and singled twice today. Hazelton will face her for the 4th time. And the pitch to Ayanaka. Slapped into right center field. That'll be a hit. Running around second base is Galloway. She'll find her way to third. It's a double for Ayanaka. She hustles around the bag. It didn't get to the fence, but it was deep enough in a gap for Ayanaka to get a jump. And a double for Ali Ayanaka will put runners at second and third for the Argos, with Cassidy Yeoman coming to the plate. So once again, Maddie Hazelton to face some really good batters with multiple runners aboard for the Argos. Yeoman 2 for 2 today, been aboard 3 times, scored once. And the pitch to Yeoman slapped foul the opposite way. Count, no balls and a strike. Yeoman singled in the 1st and the 5th, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. In the 5th, stole 2nd and eventually scored after advancing on an error. Yeoman, a .446 hitter this season. The 0-1 slapped foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Yeoman. Well, does Maddie Hazelton have a pitch to try to get Yeoman out and strand a pair of additional Argos runners today? They've stranded 7 so far this afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes to Cassidy Yeoman. 2 aboard for the Argos in the 6th. Vikings leading 9-2. The 0-2 pitch high and away back to the screen. No attempt for anybody to go anywhere. And we'll see another 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Yeoman, a junior from Florence, Montana, swings and grounds one to the right side. Picked up by Bannard at second base. She'll throw over to first for the out. First time today the Vikings have been able to get Yeoman out, but the Vikings effectively getting out of the sixth as the Argos will strand another pair of base runners after a single and a double. No runs for the Argos on 2 additional hits, and they will leave 2 more runners. And the Vikings lead 9-2 going to the bottom of the 6th inning on our LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. We're back with more next. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and newsdakota.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Hey, the run for the Vikings would win it. Jenna Decker will come to the plate. Decker will face Kaylee Gall, who goes into her 2nd full inning of work. And the Vikings, an opportunity to try to end it early today if they could score a run. Here in the bottom of the 6th, they lead it by a score of 9-2 over the Providence Argos. Decker shows bunt, lays one down the third base line. Beautiful bunt. Decker trying to beat it out. They got her. And Decker doesn't like the call. And I don't think the Viking coaching staff likes it either. I thought she made it there. So Decker trying to lay down a bunt is out number 1, 5-3 on the putout. And Aaliyah Nicola will come to the plate. Nicola with a pair of singles so far today. As another dust storm brews up here at the VCSU softball complex. Nicola will stand in, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. She singled in the 4th as well. Big knock that drove in a couple of runs at the time. She'll take a pitch for a strike. And the count is no balls and a strike on Aaliyah Nicola. Nicola stands ready. The pitch misses inside. Count will level up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking ahead to the Argos 7th. 3, 4, and 5 due up. They've got big bats coming up one more time. Vikings with a 7-run lead, leading 9-2. Pitch to Nicola. Squirts away from Ali Ayanaka. That'll bring the count to 2 balls and a strike. All right, come on. Let's pick up the pace a little bit here. 2 balls and a strike. Nicola standing ready. The 2-1 pitch. That one slapped foul to the right. Count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nicola will step back in. Gull takes a look in for her sign and the 2-2 offering. Nicola drives one foul off to the right. That'll keep the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And once again, we're out of softballs. The umpire, the home plate umpire, is wearing 2 ball bags. I don't know how we continue to run out of softballs. I mean, I know we're fouling them off, but usually got to keep a good rotation ready. And when you get short, you start asking for them then instead of running out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch. That one driven up the middle, and it evades the shortstop, Madison Moultrie, out into center field for a 1-out base hit. The Argos have had a couple of those today that haven't worked out. Moultrie stands with her glove off out at shortstop. think she felt like she should have made that play. Didn't get there quite on time. And Hadley Gurley will come to the plate. 1 for 2 today with a double. She's also walked. And the pitch to Gurley is down low for ball 1. Vikings leading 9-2 over the Argos here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gurley walked in the second, doubled in the third. The 1-0 tour is up, and the count will level up, actually go to 2 balls and no strikes. Gurley rolled out to the pitcher, ending the 4th inning when the Vikings plated 4 big runs. The 2-0 to Gurley, swinging a hit foul off to the right. That will get out of play. And the count's 2 balls and a strike. We're out of softballs again. It's puzzling to be out of, to run out that many times. There has to be a handful of softballs kicking around. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one back up the middle. Grounded to the pitcher, Kaylee Gull. She'll throw to second base. Actually, she will throw to first base for the out. She made a bluff to second base, threw over to first to get the out. Nicola will advance to second. Gurley will be out 1-3 on the put out. And Caitlin McNeil will come to the plate. We're going to see a change perhaps for the Vikings. Valley City State will send up Bailey LaRue with a chance to walk things off for the Vikings here. Runner in scoring position is Aaliyah Nicola, and Bailey LaRue, the freshman from Valley City, will get a chance here against Gull. And she'll take a pitch for a strike. The count goes to 0-1. LaRue's been in 26 games now this season. Has 12 hits and 36 at-bats, a .333 hitter on the year. The 0-1 tour swings and drives one right side. It's into right field for a base hit. A turnaround third for Nicola. She'll come to the plate and score, and the Vikings will win it by a final score of 10-2. Bailey LaRue comes in for a pinch hit, walk-off single to right field, plating Aaliyah Nicola, and LaRue will drive home the winning run, and the Vikings will 8-run Providence to take Game 3 of the series. For the Vikings in their half of the 6th, they'll pick up a run on a pair of hits, and your final score this afternoon here at the VCSU Softball Complex will be the Vikings 10 and Providence 2 in 6 innings of work this afternoon. Let's take a look at our post-game numbers that we have for you today before we wrap up our coverage of game number 1. For the Vikings, 10 runs on 12 hits. They'll commit an error and will leave 7. The win will go to Maddie Hazelton today. Hazelton will work 6 innings this afternoon. Hazelton will give up 2 runs, one of which was earned on 6 total hits. She'll strike out 6 and walk 5 in getting the victory for the Vikings today. And Hazelton will pick up win number, I believe, 11 of the season to improve to 11-11 on the season. For the Argos today, 2 runs on 6 hits. They'll commit an error and leave 9, and the loss will be taken by Madison White. White will end up going 3 1/3 innings of work today, and White will allow a total of 6 runs this afternoon, and all 6 of those runs will be earned. She will surrender what will turn out to be, I believe, 7 hits in the game, so 6 runs on 7 hits for Madison White. She'll walk 2 and not record a strikeout. The loss to White, the win to Hazelton. It'll be 10 runs, 12 hits, an error, and 7 left for the Vikings. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error, and 9 left for Providence. And your final score this afternoon, the Vikings 10, Providence 2. The game played in what turned out to be an hour and 45 minutes. Began at 11:58, ended at 1:43 Central Daylight Time here at the Vikings Softball Complex in Valley City, North Dakota. Game 1 in the books. Game 2 is on the way. For those of you in the video stream, you will see the static shot of the field, and you'll know where we're at as they make preparations for game number 2 coming up. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. Well, we welcome you back to our coverage of Vikings softball today here at the VCSU Softball Complex as we get ready for game number 4 of the series with the Providence Argos today. And I shouldn't say today, but game number 4 of the series with Providence for the weekend, game number 2 today. The Vikings ending the first matchup today by a final score of 10-2 in 6 innings. And this will be the end of the regular season for both teams. It's on to the conference tournament coming up next, as the Vikings and Providence will both make their way to Dickinson State coming up on Thursday. The Argos now with a conference record of 18-9. The Vikings with a conference record of 15-12. And the Argos cannot move down in the conference standings, and so going to see a little different lineup from them coming up. The Vikings have a little bit more to play for, though. 15-12 has them 3.5 games ahead of Carroll. If they could win this one, at least by the math, based on what we know right now, it would give them the number 3 seed in the tournament. So there's something for the Vikings to play for, whereas the Argos cannot move up, they cannot move down, they can't catch Dickinson State, and they can't be caught by Valley City State. So they're going to jumble their lineup a little bit coming up for game number 2 of the day, game number 4 of the series. But right now, the Vikings with 3 wins this weekend, trying to make it a weekend sweep at home. The Viking baseball team defeated Dickinson State today by a final score of 6-0. Connor Martin threw a 2-hitter, struck out 13 in game number 1 today. They have now guaranteed themselves at least a footing over Dickinson State. Should be in the top 3 in the conference, maybe has a chance at number 2 depending upon what happens with Dakota State and Mayville State. So turning into a productive weekend for the Viking Bat Sports. We're going to come back, take a look at our starting lineups, get ready for softball in this one next. Viking softball continues next here on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel and newsdakota.com.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. Let us help you become our next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
Welcome back to our coverage of Viking softball. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's second matchup that we have for you today between the Vikings and Providence. The Argos will come to the plate as the visitors once again here today. Here's the look for the Argos. Leading off is Ali Ayanaka, who will move to shortstop for this game from catcher to short. Cassidy Yeoman will go behind the plate and bat second. Tennyson Enos will play at second base and bat third, and cleaning up is Aaron Bishop in center field. Alex Bishop will be the pitcher for the Argos. She'll bat fifth. Batting sixth is Madison Moultrie in right field. Tiffany Fuentes is the designated player. She'll bat seventh. Kaylee Gull, who finished up the last game pitching for the Argos, will bat eighth and play at third base. And Ella Galloway will bat ninth at first for the Argos, and their starting pitcher, as we mentioned, will be Alex Bishop. For the Vikings today, leading things off is Pascal Keene behind the plate. Batting second, Madden Bogenreef in right field. Batting third, Kennedy Stone, the first baseman. Cleaning up is Kylie Bannard at second. Jenna Decker will bat fifth in center field. Aaliyah Nicola will bat sixth at shortstop. Bailey LaRue will get a chance to start this game. She will play as the designated player and bat seventh. Batting eighth is Caitlin McNeil at third. And Avery Kuklinski will bat ninth and play in left field. And Grace Folkema will get the start today for Valley City State as the pitcher of record. So that is a look at our starting lineup that we have for today. And we're ready to get game number 2 underway this afternoon. Again, a very windy Valley City State University softball complex. That did not die down at all. And stepping in is the leadoff hitter for the Argos, Ali Ayanaka. And Ayanaka will take a pitch for ball one. We are underway officially at 2:13 today. The game that we had up front ended in 6 innings and still didn't play with a lot of pace. So we're behind schedule as we get into game number 2. Ayanaka ready. The 1-0 pitch. Folkema delivers outside. And the count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Grace Folcom on the season, 7 innings, rather an ERA of 7. A 4-5 record this season, has thrown 63 innings, given up 71 hits. Is the third most worked pitcher on the staff for Valley City State. Ayanaka squares, takes it away, and takes a riser high for ball 3. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 the count to start game number 2 for Ali Ayanaka. The top of this lineup is a very difficult lineup for Providence. The 3-0 pitch, slapped foul to the left, and the count will go to 3 balls and a strike. Had some difficulties today. The wind actually blew one of the public address speakers completely off of its mooring up on the building, and so they're working to try to fix that situation right now. And we'll see if they're able to get that done, as right now we're without public address and music. 3-1 pitch. That one lifted foul. And the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it looks like we may have lost power in our scoreboard now as well. So no scoreboard. It's been a day here at the Vikings softball complex. It really has. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Power's back up on the scoreboard. We're making room. We're making it, okay? And the 3-2 is slapped to third. One hopper. Caitlin McNeil has it. Throws across the diamond in time for the out. And Ali Ayanaka is out number 1 to start the first inning for the Argos. So internet concerns, speaker concerns, now power concerns of the scoreboard. Yeah, it's been a day. Cassidy Yeoman will come to the plate for the Argos. The Vikings have been fortunate to be able to play some games at home this year. Obviously, when you've got some things like this, you think about trying to, spruce it up if you can, but at the same time, as pitch is swung on and hit foul, count will go to no balls and a strike. There are times throughout the year or throughout the years where you might play 2 games, you might play 4 games at home, you might not play any. And so you kind of learn to just sort of tag along with some of these things that go on when it comes down to the bat sports, just because you never know what Mother Nature's going to offer, and she hasn't been generous this year. The 0-1 to Yeoman, slapped right side. That's into right field for a base hit. So Yeoman will pull one to the right for a 1-out single for Providence, and that will bring Tennyson Enos to the plate. So Tennyson Enos comes to the plate. She was 0 for 2 in the previous game. She did walk in the 5th inning, and she'll bat with a runner on and 1 out here in the first of game 2. Grace Folcoma stands ready. And the pitch lifted in the air. Foul territory right side. Charging Kennedy Stone, but going to run out of room. That one will get out of play. And the count will go to no balls and a strike. On the count on Tennyson Enos. She walked in the first game, was 0 for 2 in the matchup. And the 0-1 pitch up high. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeoman actually in the last game, 2 for 2 in that game, had a pair of singles, scored a run in the 5th inning, was 2 for 3 officially, was also hit by a pitch. Swinging a drive right side. This one well hit, but leaning foul as it gets out of play in the right field corner. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes on Tennyson Enos. Enos down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Grace Folcoma stands ready and delivers 1-2. Pitch misses away. And an attempt to go. Now a back pick back to first base. And Yeoman will dive back in safely. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. Enos ready. The pitch. That one missed outside, and the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tennyson Enos. The Argos are built to be a visiting team when they go on the road as a softball team. With the lineup that they can throw at you, the pitcher has her work cut out for her no matter whom that pitcher may be. Payoff pitch, lifted in the air, foul territory, actually left side. That will drift out of play. Three balls, two strikes. Enos waiting. Volkema steps up onto the pitcher's plate. And the 3-2. Slap the other way again. This one going to drift towards the corner. And again, foul. So we'll see another 3-2 pitch from Grace Volkema. Enos standing ready. Another 3-2. Check swing. She went around. That's going to be called to the plate. Peg to second base. Won't be a time. Ullman will steal second, but Tennyson Enos will strike out. She tried to check her swing. That was a pretty good pitch anyway, but in the long run, the check swing is called a swing, and Trev Zur, our home plate umpire, will call that a swing at the plate for out number 2. So 2 outs, and Aaron Bishop will come to the plate now for the Argos. We mentioned this is where the sledding can get pretty tough up there. Aaron Bishop, 7 home runs on the season. Alex Bishop behind her, 11 home runs on the season. Those two have belted 18 round trippers, and they bat back-to-back in the 4 and 5 spots. Bishop will take a pitch for a strike. And the count is no balls and a strike on Aaron Bishop. Bishop was 0 for 2 in the last game, walked. She flew out to left field, struck out in the cleanup spot. The Argos left some runners out there. They stranded 9 through 6 innings of work in the first game today. Here Bishop swings and pops one in foul territory to the right. That will drift out of play. Of those runners that they left, 2 in scoring position in the first, 1 in the third, 1 more in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. So 6 of those 9 runners that they stranded were in scoring position in the first game today. Bishop down to the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch just missed outside. The count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Bishop standing ready. Yeoman away from second. The 1-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Got her on the inside corner. Nice location from Grace Volkema. And a pair of strikeouts for Volkema to start the day today, as the Argos will strand one after a base hit here in the first inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Played a half inning. Your score, the Argos nothing. The Vikings to the plate next. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. And we're back with more in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay with us.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Welcome you back to our coverage. Apparently Providence is going to make some changes in their lineup. They're going to make a substitution, we know that much. And we'll wait to get the confirmation on some things. coming up here in a second. Huh? DP. Yeah, the designated player. Yep. So let's see what's going to happen here. Alex Bishop is going to pitch. Tiffany Fuentes is going to step in and play third base. And I think we heard Kaylee Gall is going to play right field, if I'm not mistaken. And then somebody is coming into the game for number 20, but I don't remember hearing which number. 32 is going to step in for 20. That would be Madison Moultrie, or rather Moultrie. That's going to come out of the game. So Jaden Martin will come into the game for Providence in right field. But I believe she will not be in right field because the new right fielder is Kaylee Gall. Meanwhile, the count 1-1 on the Vikings leadoff hitter Pascal Keene. So that's odd. That's a really, really strange situation for Providence to be making a number of substitutions after the top of the first inning when they had a chance to turn in a lineup that would have reflected that. 2-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball, right side foul, past first. And the count will be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I'm going to guess that Jaden Martin is going to come in as the new designated player. And here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Correction on bring up. I apologize, folks, with all these changes that Providence made. I'm still trying to figure out their lineup because right now they have 2 right fielders in. And I'm not sure how it is that they changed out their designated player. Their DP has come in to play at third base. And their third baseman has gone to right field. So usually that would mean the right fielder has to get out of the game as Madden Bogenreef fouls one off. The count will be no balls and a strike. But I don't know how you can put somebody in as the designated player. Maybe you can do that. With the flex position that you have, you can perhaps sub out the designated player. So we'll go with that and see if that works. Again, I'm not caught up on my rules on fast pitch softball, the way they've changed up the DP flex position in the past couple of years. But that would appear to be the changes that have been made. I don't know if there's an illness or an injury that took place that would lead the Argos to have to make some changes. 1-1 pitch to Bogenreef. She'll swing and hit one foul. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Kennedy Stone is waiting in the on-deck circle for the Vikings. And the pitch up high on Bogenreef. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bogenreef. Bogenreef in the last game had a pretty nice matchup. 1 for 3, singled, scored twice. Actually 1 for 4. Did reach on a fielder's choice, scored a couple of runs. Swinging a foul back to the screen from Bogenreef. And the count remains 2-2. It's an odd lineup perhaps for Providence in the first place. They really jumbled a lot of positions between game 1 and game 2. And that was to start before we got any further. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2. High fly ball, left side, in foul territory. Long race for everybody. Count remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Bogenreef, lifted high in the air. That will drift out of play to the left. And we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bogenreef. Two and 2 the count. And the 2-2 pitch. Missed inside, ball 3. And that runs the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Madden Bogenreef. Again, we're in a spot where just very little pace being played with at all here to start the second game. It's been a long day here. 3-2 pitch to Bogenreef. She'll slap this one the opposite way towards the line. Long run, can't get there. Foul ball in right field, rather left field for Mia Monroe. Monroe gave it a chase towards the corner, couldn't catch up with it. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and remaining on Madden Bogenreef. And the 3-2 to Bogenreef. Slap towards the right. Pulled up towards Tennyson Enos. She'll pick up the softball rather and throw out Madden Bogenreef for out number 2. So 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring Kennedy Stone to the plate for the Vikings. No score, Vikings and Argos. In the bottom of the first, Stone standing ready. And the pitch to her. Stone will take one up for a ball. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes on Kennedy Stone. Stone, a junior from Blaine, Minnesota. The 1-0 pitch to her. Misses inside. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. When you take a look at the new faces that are in the Viking lineup, Kennedy Stone, Avery Kuklinski, they kind of stand out as the leaders of the group in a very young Viking team. Stone will take a pitch for a strike. And the count is now 2 balls and a strike on Kennedy Stone. Last matchup for the Vikings, Stone, 2 hits, actually 3 hits. She was 3 for 3 in that matchup. Also walked, scored a pair of times. She'll take a pitch low for a ball. And the count's 3 balls and a strike. So Stone back to the plate. 2 outs, bases empty for the Vikings in the first. And the 3-1 pitch lifted the opposite way to right. It turns Gull around in the right field spot, but Gull able to turn back to the ball. Ab will make the play. Stone flies out to right. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Bishop and Providence. Nothing across for the Vikings in their half of the first. We will go to the second after 1 scoreless on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube, and NewsDakota.com.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
When your team, school, or business needs custom apparel or promotional products, Rambo is here to help. With over 40 years of industry-leading experience, state-of-the-art machines, and dedicated employees, we have the tools and facility to handle any job. With online ordering solutions for sports teams and businesses alike, you can count on us to get the job done correctly and on time. To get your next project started, contact Matt or visit us online at rambo.com.
All right, we'll go to the second inning. Alex Bishop will lead things off for the Argos as the Vikings and Argos scoreless after an inning of play here at Valley City State today. It'll be Alex Bishop and then Jaden Martin, who did enter as the new designated player. So the DP will now be in a different batting spot in the batting order, which is the interesting part of that change nowadays. Bishop stands ready. Pitch from Grace Folkema is wide, and the count will go to a ball and no strikes. When you're in the old designated hitter system, your DH was kind of locked in. And this designated player situation, well, that designated player can be somebody else. You can bring the designated player in to play someplace else, and then bring in a new designated player. Here's a shot left side for a base hit for Alex Bishop. And the leadoff batter is aboard for the Argos in their half of the second inning. And that's the difference, right? When you were in the past, if you had a designated hitter and the DH came into the game, then you played without the DH the rest of the game. But with this change, You have a designated player that now comes in to play defense in the form of Tiffany Fuentes. And instead, she'll come in to play defense and stay in her same spot in the order. And you'll see Jaden Martin, who's at the plate now, come into the game as a new designated player. And that's kind of why those changes throw you for a bit of a loop. Certainly all on the up and up, but the DP flex takes a little extra learning. Couple of strikes to Jaden Martin. The count, no balls and 2 strikes. Alex Bishop aboard in the last game. Bishop was 0 for 3. She has a base hit. Scoreless on the LaRue Lago Financial scoreboard in the second inning. And the 0-2. Martin sends one to right. Shallow. Madden Bogenreef comes on to make the catch and will handle it. And we'll see Jaden Martin fly out to right field for the first out of the second. And that'll bring Tiffany Fuentes to the plate. So Fuentes now playing at third for the Argos. Set to step in. Fulkema, a pair of strikeouts in the first inning, has given up a pair of hits now as well. We'll see if Alex Bishop is thinking about going somewhere during the at-bat as Fuentes swings and fouls one off. Bishop on the season has not attempted, Bishop on the season has attempted 6 stolen bases, successful every time. So if Providence was looking to get a jump start in the offense, this would be a spot to go get it. Fuentes ready for an 0-1 pitch, that one high. Quick ups by Pascal Keene to climb the ladder, get up there and get that ball. Count levels up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind continues to be a big, big factor here today. A look in by Fulkema, the 1-1, and a hard shot to right center field. That one's going to go all the way to the fence. A one-hopper off the bat of Fuentes. Bishop coming to third. She's turning to score. Tag play at second base got Fuentes trying to go into second. She will drive Alex Bishop in on what will be a single, and they'll get her out at second. But the Argos will take the opening lead of Game 2. They're up by a score of 1-0. Fuentes will get a single and an RBI, but will be thrown out trying to move to second base on the play. So 2 outs and the base is empty. And Kaylee Gull will come to the plate now for the Argos. And Gull delivers. Hot shot left side. She pulled that one, but pulled it foul. And the count will be 0-1 on Kaylee Gull. Gull, a .304 hitter this season. 46 at-bats on the year. Has 14 hits. Couple of home runs for Kaylee Gull. 1 in for the Argos and 2 away here in the second. The pitch to Gull misses inside for ball 2. Rather, ball 1. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Argos started the second game yesterday with the lead as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch down low. The count will be 2 balls and a strike. I believe there was an issue where Kylie Bannard was hit in the head with a thrown ball. Picked herself up and hit a home run and turned things around for the Vikings in that situation. 2-1 pitch. That one belted to center field, but it's right at Jenna Decker. Decker shades to her right to make the catch. Gull hits the ball well, but right at the center fielder. However, the Argos score a run and a pair of hits, and after an inning and a half, new score in the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. It's the Argos 1, the Vikings nothing. This is Vikings softball, VCS Athletics on YouTube at newsdakota.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of Vikings softball. We will head to the bottom of the second. The Vikings trailing by a score now of 1-0 as Kylie Bannard will come to the plate for Valley City State. Alex Bishop scoring the first run of the day for the Argos, and now pitching with a 1-0 lead, and she'll deliver to Bannard high. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes. Middle third of the order due up here. Bannard, Jenna Decker, Aaliyah Nicola set to face Alex Bishop, who goes into her second inning of work here today. And the 1-0-2er misses low for a ball. Bannard will be ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Bannard back into the pitcher circle. And the 2-0 pitch. That one hit her. Bannard got hit by that pitch. And so, similar to yesterday, Bannard ends up taking some contact with a ball, though this time a pitched ball, and will go down to first base. And the Vikings have a free pass to work with here in the second as Jenna Decker will come to the plate. Bannard with a smile on her face apparently was not affected by that play. And we'll see Jenna Decker, the center fielder for the Vikings, taking a look at the play card and now ready to step in. Bishop stands ready, and the pitch on the way to Decker is high for ball 1. And this is kind of where the game slows down. You can see Decker each time stepping out of the batter's box and checking a card. Signal's just kind of not the thing anymore. Getting something from the dugout, and that corresponds to something on the card that you have to look at. The 1-0 pitch, bunt is shown, laid down right back to the pitcher. The only play will be to first. Decker will move the runner back pick towards second to see if Bannard would stray off the bag, but Bannard's back to second. And Jenna Decker will do a job, sacrifice bunt. Play will be 1-3 for out number 1. At some point, you know, softball's a game that favors speed. The regulations of the game favor speed. Oh, wait. They're going to have a conversation, and I believe they're going to rule that the first baseman, Ella Galloway, pulled her foot taking the throw. Jenna Decker is going to be ruled safe at first base. So Jenna Decker will reach. It'll be an error. That'll be charged to the pitcher, I'm assuming Alex Bishop. And now bunt is shown and laid down back to the pitcher. This is actually fielded by the third baseman, Kaylee Gull. That'll move both runners into scoring position. So a sacrifice for Aaliyah Nicola as she lays down a bunt. And that play will be 5-3 for out number 1. And Bailey LaRue, who had the base hit to walk the Argos off in game number 1, she brought across the 10th run of the game. In the 6th, will stand in as the starting defense, or actually designated player. She'll take a pitch high for ball 1. So Bailey LaRue getting a chance to start this game. 1 for 1 in the last game, hit in the 6th, and drove in the 10th run to 10, or actually 8th run, the Argos. The 1-0 pitch, swings and fouls it off, and the count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikings batting here in the bottom of the second, down by a score of 1-0, with 2 runners aboard. Again, Bannard at third after being hit by a pitch, and Jenna Decker advancing to second on a throwing error and a bunt. Reaching after trying to bunt her way, not really on base as LaRue takes one low, but just trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt was Decker. And after an appeal, I believe the ruling was that Galloway pulled her foot at first base and Decker was ruled safe. 2 balls and a strike on LaRue. LaRue will take one away, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. Bailey LaRue, the daughter of Ryan LaRue, who knows a thing or two about bat sports here at Valley City State, was a Viking baseball player. The 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. High for ball 4, and Bailey will load him up. Bailey LaRue will draw a walk, the first issued by Alex Bishop today, but that's 2 free passes in the inning. And Caitlin McNeil will come to the plate for the Vikings. In a big spot here, the Vikings load the bases in the second, trailing by a score of 1-0. The Vikings seem to get that timely hit in game 1 when they needed it today. We'll see what happens here. Pitch on the way, and McNeil drives it to second base, and it's right through the wickets on Terracin Enos. It'll go into right field. 2 runs will come across to score for the Vikings, and the Vikings will take the lead by a score of 2-1. LaRue moves on to second. Caitlin McNeil goes to first. We scoring that a hit or an error? What's that? She got on base by error? Okay. They're going to rule that an error. Charge to the second baseman, Terracin Enos. Ball went through the wickets on her. And so the Vikings will score a pair of runs that will come through by way of an error. Still just 1 out in the inning. And Avery Kuklinski at the plate. Now we're saying it's a hit? Okay, so now it's a base hit. Kuklinski ready. 1-0 pitch misses away. And the count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. That play's tough to score because if it's not touched, technically you have to rule it a base hit. Although you can argue the defensive player was there, should have made the play, but hot shot, ball not touched, turns out to be a single for Caitlin McNeil. So the run's earned at this point, at least one of them. And a pitch misses low for a ball. The count will go to 3 balls and no strikes. Decker reached by way of an error. That run likely to be unearned at this point. She should not have been aboard. So Avery Kuklinski at the plate. 3-0 count to her. Runners at first and second, the pitch. And Kuklinski will take it for a strike. The count will go to 3 balls and a strike. Three and 1 the count. Back to the top of the order for the Vikings after Kuklinski. The 3-1 pitch is up for ball 4, and the bases will be loaded with Vikings again. That's the 3rd free pass of the inning. A hit batsman and a pair of walks issued by Alex Bishop. And Pascal Keene will come to the plate for Valley City State, turning the lineup around. The Vikings looking to make some hay here in the second. Bishop looks in, delivers. That pitch called a strike. Count no balls and a strike. Bishop a 7.05 ERA. She takes a look in and delivers 0-1 to Keene. Slapper up the middle. It's gloved by the pitcher Bishop. To the plate for 1 out. On to first base. Double play. The 1-2-3 double play. Pascal Keene will ground into it. An inning killer for the Vikings. Rally killer to say the least. And the play back to the pitcher results in a big double play that will strand a couple of runners for the Vikings and their half of the second. The Vikings do pick up 2 runs on the benefit of just a single base hit. There was an error in the inning, and the Vikings will strand 2 runners. We have played 2 full. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. The Vikings 2 and the Argos 1. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
We will go to the top of the third. It's 2-1 in favor of Valley City State over Providence. Ella Galloway will lead things off, the 9th batter in the order today for the Argos, to face Grace Fulkema, who goes into her 3rd full inning of work. Fulkema stands ready, and the pitch on the way is high, and the count will go to a ball and no strikes. We were talking about the speed of the game and the tempo of the game. At some point, somebody in softball is going to make a rule or put a rule in place that if you're going to have a play card, you're going to have to wear it on your arm or something, keeping it in your back pocket as a swing and a high fly ball to left field. Well hit. Kuklinski back towards the corner, and that one will be a long strike. Galloway sends it out of the ballpark, but foul. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The constant stepping out of the box and that type of thing, it does slow the rhythm of the game down. And I've been in some games before as an umpire myself where you have to strongly enforce the 1 foot in the box rule to kind of keep things moving in the right direction, or teams will slow the tempo way, way down. Some teams enjoy doing that, and becomes part of the job to try to speed it up. The 1-1 pitch lifted in the air, shallow left field. Long run in for Kuklinski. She will take it after Aaliyah Nicola gave chase and gave way, and Galloway will fly out to left field for the first out of the 3rd. That'll bring Ali Ayanaka to the plate. Ayanaka ground ball out to 3rd, her first time up. I've seen some games where teams really see the pace get away. You got some teams that like to play fast pace. One of the more notable games that I had a chance to umpire, as Ayanaka will slap one left side, and that one falls just foul. The count will be no balls and a strike. The batters for the team that wanted to slow things down when they had fallen behind the game would not only step out of the box, but had this habit of walking a 1/3 of the way up the baseline to get their signals from the 3rd base coach. And at some point, you got to chase them back and say 1 foot in the box, because they would love to slow it down. Some teams play the game that way, and it becomes a bit of a challenge to try to make sure that they don't play the game too slowly. After a foul ball, it's fine to reset, but taking a pitch, stay in there, get ready for the next one. The 0-1 chopped out towards short. It's charged by Nicola, but she won't have a play. Very quick feet down the line for Ali Ayanaka, and Ayanaka has an infield hit. Nicola came on and made that play cleanly, but once she took a look towards first base, she realized there was no chance to catch Ayanaka. And so Cassidy Yeoman will come to the plate for the Argos after a single and a stolen base to her credit in the last game. The Argos got all kinds of mileage out of the 2 top hitters in their lineup. 5 hits in the last game. They were 5 for 6. Scored a run. They were on base 7 times between Ayanaka and Yeoman. Ayanaka was on base 4 times. Yeoman was on 3 times. Ayanaka was 3 for 3 with a pair of singles and a double in the last game. Yeoman had 2 singles and was hit by a pitch. Ayanaka also walked in the last game. Here's a slapper left side. That will fall for a base hit. And just like in last game's action, we see the top 2 in the order setting the table for the Argos again. Ayanaka and Yeoman with back-to-back singles in the 3rd. Runners on 1st and 2nd. And Tennyson Enos will come to the plate. Enos, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. And her opening offering sent to center. Jenna Decker's on this one. Campson makes the catch. Little bluff tag. They throw back to second base. That was close. But back in is Ayanaka. Enos will fly out to center for out number 2. And it's up to Aaron Bishop, who struck out on her last at-bat. to try to continue the Argos rally here in the third. 2-1 Vikings in the top of the third inning. Bishop will step to the plate. Number 2 in the team in home runs. Again, she's got 7 of them this season. Folkema takes a look at her pitch card. She's had runners to deal with every inning. And the pitch on the way to Bishop misses inside. Big jump off second base for Ayanaka. She'll make her way back to first, or rather to second. A ball and no strikes on Aaron Bishop. Bishop steps back to the plate. Folkema has a look at the play. The 1-0 misses high and away, and the count will level up, or rather go to 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 the count on Aaron Bishop. Folkema trying to pitch her way out of some mild trouble here in the third inning. The 2-0 pitch misses inside. The last thing you want to do is load the bases with Alex Bishop coming up. Bishop with a solid single her last time up. Not that Aaron Bishop's any easier to pitch to, but these two have combined for 18 home runs this year, and you want to make either of them earn their way on the bag, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Aaron Bishop. Folkema looks in, the 3-0. Misses high and away for ball 4. So the bases are loaded with Argos here in the third. That'll be the first walk that'll be issued by Grace Folkema today. And here comes Alex Bishop. A single scored the game's first run on the attempted extra base hit by Tiffany Puentes, and now Matt Gable is going to come out to the pitcher's plate. And that's going to be the end of the day for Grace Folkema. So here in the third, Grace Folkema will be taken out of the game, and we'll have a new pitcher breaking the action, and the Vikings will be going to the pen. So we'll talk about that when we continue. The Vikings leading 2-1, but the bases loaded, and 2 outs in the inning. New pitcher coming in for Valley City State. We'll tell you about her next on Viking Softball.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. Let us help you become our next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
The new pitcher for the Vikings will be Cooper Clausen, who enters with a 3.94 ERA. And amongst pitchers that have worked, they've got 3 pitchers that have worked a lot this season. Clausen, Hazelton, Folkema. Amongst those 3, Cooper Clausen's ERA number the best on the staff. She has a record of 8-6. She's made only 6 starts this season, but has been in 32 games. And Coach Gable, I believe, just kind of rotates his pitchers. It's not about a starter. It seems to be more about an order, and we'll just kind of rotate through them in that order. 90 and 2/3 innings pitched for Clausen this year, has given up 106 hits, 64 runs, has struck out 98, walked 33, and the Vikings need a big out here against Alex Bishop. Bishop batting with the bases loaded for the Argos. The pitch to her misses inside for ball 1. 2 hits and a walk in the inning, and the bases loaded for the Argos. A 2-1 lead for Valley City State. And Alex Bishop, their biggest hitter, is at the plate. A look in by Clausen, the 1-0 pitch. That one hit foul to the right. I believe it's foul. Or did it get away? Now, the pitch may have gotten away. It was not hit. Bishop took a swing at it, didn't hit it. It'll be a wild pitch. Ali Ayanaka is going to come home and score, and that will make it a 2-2 tie. Yeoman to third, Bishop to second, Aaron Bishop, that is, to second, and the count will be a ball and a strike on Alex Bishop. So the ball either not caught or got away, one of the two. The pitch is a ball and or the count rather is a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch, belted left side but yanked foul. That'll bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. So the game tied. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clausen takes a look into the dugout and delivers 1-2. Breaking pitch, got her looking, strike 3. That's a thing of beauty from Cooper Clausen as she delivers the breaking pitch on Alex Bishop to record her first strikeout today. But the Argos score on a wild pitch. It'll be a run on 2 hits, and they will strand 2 in the inning. And your score after 2.5 innings of work will be the Argos and the Vikings knotted at 2. This is our coverage of Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
You kept us fed through tough times. And despite rising business costs, you keep doing what you love because you know you're making a difference. No matter the challenges, we're here to help you navigate the highs and lows to grow your business, to improve your land, or to buy new equipment. We all rely on you, and we're just happy to return the favor. Go with allies. Go with trust. Go with Dakota Bank.
Boy, I'll tell you what, we talk about some pace here. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Sorry to sound like a broken record today, everybody, but normally you get the minute in between innings and you go out there and you get your pitches in, and something held up the warm-up pitches here too, and no one was really going to their positions, and just kind of a slow day today. Madden Bogenreef will step in for Valley City State. Vikings and Argos tied at 2. And the pitch to Bogenreef is grounded to the plate for ball 1. Slipped out of Alex Bishop's hand. Ends up on the dirt. Bogenreef, a ground ball to second base. Her first time up today. At least in game number 2. In game 1 today, Bogenreef 1 for 4. Singled. Scored twice. She'll swing and send one down the left field line. This will roll all the way to the corner. Bogenreef a turnaround first. She's on her way to second and will hold up there with a leadoff double for the Vikings in the third. Laced it over third base down the left field line, and Bogenreef, easy double. She cranks around first base on that one. And the Vikings looking to strike back after the Argos tied it up in their half of the third. Leadoff runner in scoring position. And Kennedy Stone will come to the plate now for Valley City State. So Stone will step in. Bishop takes a look. And the pitch to Stone up high. The count will go to a ball and no strikes. Stone flew out to right field her first time up. That was back in the first inning. Bishop takes a look in, has what she's looking for. And the 1-0 pitch to Stone, that one high. A bluff back pick out towards second base. And Madden Bogenreef taking her time, walking back towards second, maybe trying to elicit a throw. 2 balls, no strikes. Stone stands ready. The 2-0 pitch. That one called a strike. Bottom of the strike zone on Stone. She kind of took a second look at it. And the count will be 2 balls and a strike on Kennedy Stone. Stone steps in. The 2-1 offering. Called strike 2 in the outside corner. That was a good pitch. Bishop took it on the outside part of the plate. And the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bogenreef on second. Bishop looks in. The 2-2 to Stone. Swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Coming in, Aaron Bishop. Long run to get to it, but she makes the catch. And Stone will fly out to center for the first out of the 3rd inning. It'll bring Kylie Banner to the plate. Bannard was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and scored the first run for the Vikings. She stands ready. Bishop takes a look in, and the pitch to Bannard swung on, hit right side, drooping, and falls in fair territory. Bogenreef had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. She'll have to hold up at 3rd, and the Vikings will have him at the corners with Jenna Decker coming to the plate. Well, now the playbook's going to open up for the Vikings a little bit. Decker's the center fielder, lots of speed. A run in this game matters, tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, lots to play for the Vikings, trying to sweep the weekend. And so you might be looking at playing some small ball to bring that run home from 3rd on a squeeze. And if you lay it down, Decker's got the speed to beat it out. So this will be a big at-bat. Bishop takes a look in. Decker ready. And Bishop delivers. Decker taking, and the pitch is high for ball 1. Decker did not square as if to bunt in that sequence. She'll get back in the box. Runners at 1st and 3rd for the Vikings. And the 1-0 pitch. Decker taking again, and again not showing signs of bunting. The count will be 2 balls and a strike. Decker may, if she's going to bunt, Decker may only get 1 chance to do it. Wait to make sure that Bishop throws a strike. Then you'd have that 1 pitch to try to lay one down. The 2-0 pitch. That one's a strike. And the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike on Decker. Vikings and Argos tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Decker steps out, checks the card. Now we'll see if anything's on. Decker stands in. And she's swinging, drives it back up the middle. It's off the glove of the pitcher, Alex Bishop. Rolls away. Everybody's going to be safe. Bogenreef will come home to score, and the Vikings will take a 3-2 lead. Probably going to have to rule that an error on the part of the pitcher, Alex Bishop. Ball came right back to her. Bishop had a chance to put the glove on it, just didn't put the glove in the right spot. But Decker's aboard. And the second time that she will reach by way of an error is Aaliyah Nicola will come to the plate for the Vikings. And the pitch to Nicola is a strike. The count, no balls and a strike. Nicola laid down a sacrifice bunt to move runners along back in the 2nd, but that was with nobody out. She's batting here with 1 out. The Argos have their 3rd baseman in tight, as if they're anticipating a bunt there. Pitch misses away. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tiffany Fuentes is the new 3rd baseman. And Fuentes is in very tight, expecting a bunt here from Aaliyah Nicola. Doesn't seem like it would be a bunting situation. The 1-1 to Nicola. That one called a strike in the outer half. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. The first baseman for the Argos, Ella Galloway, is in a couple of steps at first base as well. The 1-2 to Nicola. She swings and hits it foul. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Nicola takes a look and steps back in. The Vikings with 2 hits in the inning, an error as well. The Vikings have a 3-2 lead once again. And the pitch to Nicola is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nicola steps back into the box. Bishop taking a look in and delivers 2-2. Here's a slap to the right side. That one will drift foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fuentes, the third baseman for the Argos, now taking a look into the dugout. I think they've sent her back even with the bag, not playing in anymore. With 2 strikes, obviously. The 2-2, grounded towards short. The throw will be to third to get the force out on Kylie Bannard. Coming over from second, Aaliyah Nicola will reach on a fielder's choice, and there will be 2 outs in the inning. On to second base goes Decker, and Bailey LaRue will come back to the plate. LaRue's had a nice day. A walk-off single to force the 8-run rule in Game 1 in her only at-bat. She's walked here today in Game 2. And the pitch to LaRue is high for ball 1. And the count will be a ball and no strikes. LaRue steps back in. Alex Bishop takes a look in for a sign, the 1-0. LaRue takes that one away, and now they've got a runner hung up, but a throw goes out into center field, trying to backpick. Play to second in time for an out, trying to catch Nicola coming across, and the run for Jenna Decker will not score as the out comes before Decker crosses the plate. Vikings get greeny, run themselves out of an inning, and the Vikings will be turned away in their half of the third inning. They do score a run. They'll pick up the run on the benefit of 2 base hits. There was an error, and the Vikings will leave a runner. And we have played 3 full. New score on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. It's the Vikings 3 and the Argos 2. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube, and NewsDakota.com. We're back with more next.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA, SIPC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Ready to go to start the 4th inning, as we'll see Jaden Martin at the plate for the Argos. And Martin will take a breaking pitch for a ball. And the count will go to a ball and no strikes. It's Martin, Tiffany Fuentes, and Kaylee Gull set to come to the plate for the Argos. 3-2 Viking lead here in the 4th. Martin stands ready. Martin flew out to right field her first time up. Clausen delivers low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Boy, there's some very interesting chants in college softball. And a breaking pitch, misses high for ball 3. You know, it's interesting. Every sport has no taunting policies, penalties for taunting. And then the chant is 2 balls back to back, 2 balls back to back. And you kind of wonder about that sometimes. 3-0, and the pitch called a strike. Count will go to 3 balls and a strike. And it's not just Providence. I don't want anybody to get that idea. That's the standard for softball. It really is the standard for this sport. But you wonder how it's the standard. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes as Martin waves through some heat. Count to 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jaden Martin. Grace Fulkema giving way to Cooper Clausen. And Clausen delivers 3-2 up high for ball 4. And Jaden Martin is aboard by way of a walk. That'll be the first walk that will be issued by Cooper Clausen this afternoon. Grace Fulkema lifted after 2 2/3 innings of work today. And Fulkema will give up 2 runs on 5 hits. Strikes out 2, walks 1. And now the Argos are going to go to their bench. So the Argos will make a change at first base. It'll be Madison White that comes in to run for Jaden Martin. So White comes in to run here in this fourth inning. And as a leadoff runner is Tiffany Fuentes. Will take a pitch low for ball one. Leadoff batter aboard for the Argos here in their half of the fourth. Fuentes singled back in the second inning. Now time is called. And we're ready. Clausen takes a look, and the 1-0 pitch called a strike. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Fuentes checks the pitch card. Delivers 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes on Fuentes. Big cut by Fuentes. Had a spot picked out on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clausen has a look. The 1-2 pitch. High and away. Back pick attempt. Oh, they got her. Oh, come on. Wow. Okay, that's... So the play down to first base, you can't see it very well on camera, but the back pick out on the runner, Madison White, that tag was down, and that tag was there before she got back, and the home plate umpire loaded up as if to throw her out, and then made a gesture and said safe. In the meantime, Madison White took a slap tag in the face, and now the training staff will come out and tend to her. But the umpire on the bases had brought his arm back as if to call out, and then waved his hand safe. He pointed at the glove, and I think may have been trying to indicate that Stone did not maintain control of the ball on the tag. The ball didn't come out of her glove, and boy, oh boy, when you indicate that you're going to throw the arm and call somebody out and then decide to change your mind, that's a rough look. In the meantime, the training staff will tend to Madison White, who was caught on the back pick attempt at a big slap tag out and got her. She may have actually hit her chin into the dirt by the way that they were talking to her. And I'm really surprised that Coach Gable did not come out and have a word with the officiating staff, because that was a really, really bad look. Count to 2 balls, 2 strikes on Fuentes. So 2-2 the count. And the 2-2 pitch. And it's hammered to short. A pick by Leah Nicola. Throw to first base for a double play. Leah Nicola with a line-out, throw-out double play on a rocket to shortstop. Fuentes sends it to short on a screamer, and Nicola will throw across to double off Madison White. And in the end, some justice is served as there are now 2 away. That'll bring Kaylee Gull to the plate for the Argos. Base is now empty here in the fourth. And here comes the pitch from Cooper Clausen. Check swing. That's going to be called a strike. Pitch was called a strike. And the count 0-1. Katie Gull fly out to center field back in the second inning for her only at-bat so far in game number 2. Clausen takes a look in. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2 on Gull. The leadoff walk to Jaden Martin. The Vikings get a line-out, throw-out double play. And now looking to get out of the inning eventually in order for the Argos. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gull's down on strikes. And Cooper Clausen comes back after walking the leadoff batter to get a line out and eventually a strikeout. And the Argos go away in order in their half of the fourth inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Your score remains the Vikings 3, the Argos 2. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. And we're back with more in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay with us. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
We will go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Vikings left Bailey LaRue back at the plate after the Vikings got caught trying to take a couple of extra bases in the third, and Aaliyah Nicola was thrown out trying to move on to second on an overthrow on a back pick attempt at second base. LaRue was at the plate back then. She's at the plate again now, and she'll take a pitch for a strike on the outside corner. And the count is no balls and a strike on LaRue. Vikings leading by a score of 3-2 as we make our way to the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch to LaRue. Up high. Count levels up, 1 ball, 1 strike. At the halfway point of the game, and we're a little better than an hour in, so again, this one lagging a bit. The 1-1 pitch, LaRue swings and misses. Fastball by her. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. The bottom third of the order, the first time up for the Vikings today. 1 for 1 and on base 3 times. The 1-2, LaRue fouls it off foul territory in front of the Viking dugout, and Fuentes, the third baseman, will chase it down. LaRue will pop out to the Viking dugout for the first out of the fourth. LaRue walked her first time up. Caitlin McNeil singled, and Avery Kuklinski walked. So the first time through, the bottom of the order made it on base 3 straight times. Here and out to start the fourth. Caitlin McNeil stands in. The pitch to her, up high. And the count is a ball and no strikes on McNeil. One ball, no strikes on McNeil. A look in by Alex Bishop, and she delivers. Here's a sender towards the right side, but foul. Sent that one down the line. Ends up rolling dead in the corner, but not quite enough of an angle to put that one in play. Wind continues to howl. There's just been relentless all day long. Still out of the southwest. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Here's a shot right side. That's off the glove of the first baseman, Ella Galloway, and beating it out will be Caitlin McNeil. She hit that hard right at the first baseman. Galloway could not make the catch. And, boy, I'll tell you what, the Argos have had some letdowns defensively today. They've been in some places to make a play on a ground ball or two they haven't been able to make. A couple of line shots they haven't been able to get in the glove. They've been a little snake bit off the gloves today. Avery Kuklinski will step to the plate. She'll take a pitch to the outside corner for strike 1. Kuklinski walked back in the second inning. 3-2 Vikings on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard here in the bottom of the fourth. And the 0-1 pitch to Kuklinski up high. And the count levels at 1 ball, 1 strike. On the season, Alex Bishop, as far as her pitching starts, has gone the distance a couple of times. Here's a bunt shown, bunted right back to Bishop. The only play going to be to first, and it's in time to get Kuklinski, who runs pretty well and moves a runner on the scoring position. Kuklinski is out 1-3 for out number 2, and Pascal Keene, the leadoff hitter, will come to the plate for the Vikings. Bishop pitched against the Vikings on the 7th of February. Last pitched against Carroll last weekend, went 7 innings, but had a rough outing against Carroll College. Was touched up for 10 runs on 11 hits. She walked 7 in that game. She's walked just 2 so far today. So her control has been better, and she's in the ball game right now. A ball and no strikes to Pascal Keene. And the 1-0 pitch to Keene called for a strike. One and one the count on Pascal Keene. The pitch grounded towards short, gloved by Ayanaka, who throws across the diamond. Throw a bit offline, but Ella Galloway will pick up the tag. She catches the ball and applies the tag, or at least that's what it looked like. And as of right now, no one's leaving the diamond. That would be the third out of the inning. Now here we got a coy Caitlin McNeil coming down the baseline. I don't know that we ever saw time called, but apparently time is called for now. And the two officials are going to get together to talk about it. And the call will be made by the home plate umpire, Trev Zur, that Pascal Keene was tagged out. So 6-3 put out on the play for out number 3, and that will retire the Vikings in their half of the 4th inning. There will be no runs on a hit. The Vikings will leave one, and we have played 4 full. Your score is the Vikings 3 and the Argos 2. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. And we're back with more in just a couple of moments. Do stay with us.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. Let us help you become our next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
We will go to the 5th. Your score remains the Vikings 3 and the Argos 2. Vikings softball this afternoon. After the umpires come together to decide the fate of Pascal Keene on the final play of the 4th that left a few of us shaking our heads, Ella Galloway will come to the plate. And Cooper Clausen delivers. Galloway lifts it in the air. Left side. This will be foul and out of play, and the count will go to no balls and a strike. The play that saw a ground ball off the bat of Pascal Keene to short. Ali Ayanaka threw it across, and the throw was offline, but it looked like Galloway gloved it and applied a tag, and the tag was right in the heart of the body, but the base umpire did not make the call, and it took Trev Zur stepping in at home plate in order to make the call, and now a ball gets away from Kuklinski in left field, falling in front of her for a base hit. It'll turn into a 2-bagger for Ella Galloway and a leadoff double for the Argos. So Galloway's at second base, and here comes a very tough top of the order. This will be the first time today that the top of the order has seen Cooper Clausen. But with a runner at second base representing the tying run, and Ali Ayanaka batting from the left-hand side with a ton of speed, you would think a bunting opportunity. She'll keep the bat on her shoulder here, and Clausen delivers low and away for ball 1. You go back to that play in the last inning. The base umpire has to make that call. That's the way that we set it up. So when you're over on the other side of the diamond and you can't see a tag, sometimes you'll wait for your partner to step in or ask for help right away. 1-0 pitch is high. The count will go to 2 balls and a strike. And that part doesn't, excite you too much, but that indecision that goes on after the tag is applied, at that point, you don't know what happened. Wait till everybody's resting, call time, and then go talk with your partner to see what they saw. 2-0 pitch slapped foul left side. The ball will twist out of play. Count will go to 2 balls and a strike. And the home plate umpire in this one, Trev Zur, has been around for a very, very long time umpiring this sport. Umpire out of Jamestown, North Dakota. And he's not going to leave you hanging. He's going to have help for you on that play with the runner going down the line if you're over in the C or D on that other side of the infield. 2 balls and a strike to Ali Ianaka. And the 2-1 pitch. Lifted foul back behind the plate. Count levels up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ianaka 1 for 2 on the day. Singled. Back in the 3rd inning. She and Cassidy Yeoman have been tough sledding for the Viking pitching staff here today. A look to the card again. And the 2-2 pitch up high. The count will go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ianaka 3 for 3 in game 1. Cassidy Yeoman 2 for 3 in game 1. They were on base 7 times. They've been on base 3 more times in this game. Yeoman's got a pair of singles following her up in the batting lineup. 3-2. Swung on, drifting foul left side, maybe a play. Kuklinski going to run out of room. So it remains 3-2 on Ali Ianaka. Three balls, 2 strikes. Clausen taking a look. Another 3-2 pitch in the air in the infield. Now shallow left field. And Avery Kuklinski will step up and make the catch. And that's a big fly ball out off the bat of Ali Ianaka. That's a tough out to get for Cooper Clausen with a runner behind her at second base. First out of the inning. And Cassidy Yeoman will come to the plate. Yeoman a pair of singles in the 1st and 3rd. She's stolen a base today as well. And she bats here in the 5th with the tying run at second base for the Argos. First offering to her, grounded left side. Diving stab made by the shortstop, Ali Nicola, but there'll be no place to go with it. On to 3rd goes Galloway. It'll be an infield hit for Cassidy Yeoman. Now the dive by Aliyah Nicola may have saved a run for the Vikings. That ball trickles out into left field. Galloway has a chance to score. Instead, she's at 3rd. And Tennyson Enos will come to the plate. 0 for 2 in game 2. Tying run for the Argos down at 3rd base here in the 5th. The wind beginning to change just a little bit as well here. Enos stands ready. Pitch to her. Breaking pitch for a strike. Runner going. There will be no throw. Defensive indifference on the play. That will allow Yeoman to go to 2nd. So a pair of runners now in scoring position for the Argos. Clausen takes a look into the dugout and delivers 0-1 to Enos. Check swing. Pitch was up. They want to help on the swing. They'll appeal onto the base paths, and no swing is the call. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind might be swinging around just a little bit. It's been west-southwest today. Now we've seen a couple of gusts come across the field the other direction out of almost the straight south. Pitch lifted in the air, but foul back behind the plate off the bat of Enos. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes on Tennyson Enos. One ball, 2 strikes. Clausen needs a strikeout with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out in the inning. She takes a look in. And the 1-2. Missed low and away. Meant to induce a swing. The count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That Argos dugout still very active today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2. That one driven to right field. This one hooking and appears to be foul. Boy, that one was close. Tennyson Enos got all of that one, drove it off the fence in foul territory. That would have been deep enough to score a run had it been caught. Madden Bogenreef wasn't going to catch that ball anyway, but had that been playable, even if it wasn't out, that would have tied the game. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tennyson Enos. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Argos. And Clausen delivers. This one grounded towards first base, hops over Kennedy Stone into right field. One run is in. Another will come to the plate and score for the Argos. It'll be a single for Tennessinitas that drives in two, and the Argos will take the lead at 4-3. That one right at Kennedy Stone and took a high hop over her right shoulder, and she didn't have a chance to field that one. It bounds out into right field. So 2 in the inning, still just 1 out. And 2 big hitters coming up next. Aaron Bishop, followed by Alex Bishop, for Cooper Clausen to navigate. Clausen takes a look and delivers. Swung on, hit foul to the right. And the count, no balls and a strike on Aaron Bishop. 0 for 1 in this game. Bishop walked in the third. Clausen takes a look to the dugout again. The count, no balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Lifted foul back to the screen. And the count is 0-2. Wind beginning to pick up again now after we talked about it changing a little bit, starting to blow a little bit more briskly again. We had to let up just for a little while. Here comes the 0-2. Curveball got her, strike 3. Aaron Bishop rung up on a breaking pitch. Second time that Bishop has struck out in the game. And a big strikeout for Clausen to pick up her third here today. Enos on first base. And she'll have to stare down Alex Bishop, the pitcher. And a heavy home run hitter who's 1 for 2 today. And the first pitch to Bishop is hit foul back behind the plate. No balls and a strike on Alex Bishop. The Argos taking a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. The Vikings have won 3 to start the weekend. The Argos, the second place team in the conference. Vikings can't catch them. Trying to fight off Carroll College for third. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Blew some heat by Bishop. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The Vikings with a sweep would, at least by the math on the website, move past Carroll College. The 0-2 missed, back pick back to first base, back in standing is Tennessinitas. Pitch didn't miss by much, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. The Vikings with 4 wins would put themselves up 5 in the win column on Carroll College, but their games are Sunday, Monday. Carroll will play Mayville State. 1-2 pitch. This one sent back up the middle, knocked down, gloved by the shortstop Nicola. Throw across the diamond in time to get Alex Bishop. Call it a 1-6-3 putout on the play as Nicola stays with it after a piece was gained by Cooper Clausen, and the Argos are out in their half of the 5th inning. However, the Argos will pick up 2 runs on the benefit of 3 hits. They'll leave a runner, and we have played 4.5. Your score on the LaRue Laco Financial Scoreboard. New score is the Argos 4 and the Vikings 3. This is Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube, newsdakota.com. We have more Vikings softball coming up next.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA, SIPC.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Vikings leading by a score of 4-3. Correction, the Argos leading the Vikings by a score of 4-3 as we make our way to the bottom of the 5th. Madden Bogenreef will lead things off for Valley City State. And the pitch to Bogenreef is right back up the middle for a base hit. Bogenreef swinging at the first offering, and she sends it to center. And Madden's now 2 for 3 in the game today, and that'll bring Kennedy Stone to the plate for Valley City State. So Kennedy Stone will step in and do here in game 2 a couple of flyouts to right and center. Bishop takes a look and delivers, and Stone will take one low for ball 1. Stone will step back to the plate. A look in by Alex Bishop. And the 1-0 pitch. That one up high for a ball. The count 2 balls and no strikes. A run obviously counts here in the bottom of the 5th, down 1, but you got Kennedy Stone to the plate and Kylie Bannard after her. You're going to play these true to the vest. The 2-0 pitch down low for ball 3. And now Bogenreef making a late decision to try to advance on a ball that got out of the glove of Cassidy Yeoman. And Bogenreef will go to second base on what will be a pass ball. So now the tying run in scoring position for the Vikings. Again, defensively, it's been a tough day for the Argos today. 3 balls, no strikes. Stone ready. The 3-0 pitch. She'll take it for a strike. And the count is now 3 balls and a strike. You might have been tempted to give Kennedy Stone an opportunity to swing the bat on that 3-0 pitch now with a tying run in scoring position, but she's patient. And the 3-1 to her. That one belted to left field, but right at the left fielder, Mia Monroe, who comes on and makes the catch. Kennedy Stone got all of that one, and it was tailing, and Monroe actually started stepping towards the gap and had the ball come across her body. She had to reach back towards the corner to make the catch. But Stone turned away, and Kylie Bannard will come to the plate for the Vikings. And the first pitch to Bannard is high for ball 1. 4-3 Argos in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bannard was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd. The pitch from Bishop. This one drifting towards the right side, and second baseman Tennyson Enos will back up and make the play. Bannard will pop out to the second baseman for out number 2. A couple of big pitches for Alex Bishop to deliver to get the out from Stone, and Bannard to pop out with the tying run in scoring position. Jenna Decker will come to the plate. She's been aboard twice by way of an error. And Decker steps in. We'll take a pitch for a strike. The count, no balls and a strike on Jenna Decker. Decker scored a run back in the 2nd inning, was just trying to lay down a bunt to move a runner along. And in the end, a first baseman pulled a foot, and that allowed her to reach. She scored later. The 0-1 pitch down low, and a big jump by Bogenreef, and now a play to try to get her back at second base. Throws back in, and so is Bogenreef. Cassidy Yeoman, who's catching for the Argos, came way up the line after Bogenreef extended her lead to halfway between 2nd and 3rd, and that may have been the intention to draw a throw. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Decker. The 1-1. Decker swings and pops it up right side towards the line. And right on the line, the right fielder, Gall, will come on to make the catch. Decker will pop out to right field for out number 3. And after the leadoff single, the Vikings go down in order, stranding a runner. No runs on a hit, and the Vikings will leave one. We've played 5 full. Your score on the LaRue Lacko Financial scoreboard remains the Argos 4 and the Vikings 3. This is Vikings Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
When your team, school, or business needs custom apparel or promotional products, Rambo is here to help. With over 40 years of industry-leading experience, state-of-the-art machines, and dedicated employees, we have the tools and facility to handle any job. With online ordering solutions for sports teams and businesses alike, you can count on us to get the job done correctly and on time. To get your next project started, contact Matt or visit us online at rambo.com.
We'll go to the 6th, and the Vikings chasing on the scoreboard. It's the Argos 4 and the Vikings 3. We'll see Madison White step in to hit now in the 6th inning. She came in to run for Jaden Martin back in the 4th inning and remains in now as the designated player for the Argos. Cooper Clausen will go into her 3rd full inning of work. She's delivered 2 1/3 so far today, and White swings and misses. The count will be no balls and a strike. Clausen 2 1/3 in, and Clausen has given up a pair of runs on 3 hits, and right now is the pitcher of record for the Vikings. No balls a strike, and the pitch to White. Lifted in the air right side, that will drift out of play. And it's quickly 0-2 on Madison White. White steps out. Doesn't really have her hands together on the bat. And a thumb up on the bat as well as she holds it. The 0-2 pitch, that one lifted foul to the right side. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. You don't see a lot of batters that will take a swing or at least start an at-bat without their hands joined together. That time her hands were not joined, and they're not joined this time either. They're separated by about an inch, 3/4 of an inch. The 0-2 again up high, a floater. The count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. The methods are going to be a little different in softball perhaps than in baseball. The opportunity to slap your way on, ball control off the bat. Some of those things are stressed a little bit more strongly in the game of softball. Clausen delivers, swinging a flare right side. That will be caught by Kennedy Stone, tracking it down in foul territory to the right of first base, and Madison White will pop out to first for the out. So White is out number 1 of the 6th, and it will bring Tiffany Fuentes to the plate. Fuentes a single back in the 2nd, and she lined out to the shortstop in the 4th. Started a double play for the Vikings. She's 1 for 2 so far today. Clausen delivers, and the pitch is low for ball 1. There they are again, right? Pitchers throwing pitches that are rolling, apparently, is what you're hearing out of the dugout. Again, it's the standard for softball, so no target against the Argos here as the pitch to Fuentes. She swings and misses for a strike. You just wonder, when you've got all of the emphasis on sportsmanship in sports nowadays and all those things that you hear about, and then the chants in softball are just the one thing that's different from the other sports that are out there. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Fuentes, lifted in the air right field, right at Madden Bogenreef. She'll make the catch. Fuentes will fly out to Bogenreef for out number 2, 2 away. And Kaylee Gall will come to the plate for the Argos. Gall 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out to center, a strikeout. Bogenreef trying to work an uneventful 6th inning and get her team back to the dugout. And the pitch on the way to Gall is low for a ball. No matter what, Clausen's going to have her work cut out for her in the 7th. The lineup will turn over in the 7th, if not here. And so no matter what happens, you're going to have to go through Ayanaka, Yeoman, Enos. I mean, some really, really tough bats that the Argos can feature in the top end of their batting lineup. Either chasing, tied, or trying to hold a lead, which will be the opportunities. Here's a swing at a high fly ball off the bat of Kaylee Gall. It's in left field and caught by Avery Kuklinski. So Gall will fly out to left, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Argos. And that is the first time today that they will not have a runner reach base in an at-bat. Nothing across for the Argos, their half of the 6th, at least in game number 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Vikings trailing 4-3 on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. This is Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube at newsdakota.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Welcome back to Vikings softball. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Aaliyah Nicola to lead things off for the Vikings. And she will face Alex Bishop, who has had a very nice outing. This would be one of her best outings down the stretch of the season for the Argos. And we can talk more about that throughout the inning as Aaliyah Nicola steps in and takes a pitch for a strike. Alex Bishop, as of late, pitched against Bellevue, Nebraska on April 11th. Gave up 4 runs in that game. Only 3 hits, but that was only in 4 innings of work. She works into the 6th here. In the outings that she's had where she's had a lot of work, pitched 5 against Mayville State, gave up 5 runs, 5 hits. 7 against Carroll, gave up 10 runs on 11 hits. Worked 7 against Dakota State, gave up 8 runs, just 3 hits in that game, but walked 5. Actually, 3 runs in that game. Here's a swing to the right side off the bat of Nicola, and she'll ground out to second base as Tennyson Enos makes the play for out number 1. And the Vikings have 1 out in the 6th. But through the body of work down the stretch against Viterbo, 8 runs in 3 2/3. Gave up 5 runs in against Bismarck State, 5 1/3, which is where she's at now, and delivers a pitch for a strike to Bailey LaRue. This would be a really quality outing for Alex Bishop to have for the Argos down the stretch of the season going into tournament time. LaRue ready, 0 for 1 in the matchup, the 0-1. That one misses away, and the count's level at 1 ball, 1 strike. LaRue had a base hit with an RBI in her only appearance in Game 1. It ended the game as it brought in the 10th run for the Vikings, which 8 run to the Argos. 1 ball, 1 strike. She gets the start here. And a swing and a ground ball back to the pitcher on 1 hop. Bishop has it and throws over to first for the out. So LaRue is out number 2. And the Vikings going away quietly in their half of the 6th as Caitlin McNeil will come to the plate. The Vikings went down 1-2-3 in the first. Haven't done that since. McNeil will come to the plate with a pair of singles today. The pitch from Bishop. It'll be slapped foul. And the count, no balls and a strike. The Vikings will bring the top of their lineup back to the plate in the 7th as well. Pitch from Bishop, up high. And the count will go to a ball and a strike. They're in the number 8 spot right now. And the Argos would lead off with number 9 coming up in the 7th. So they're in very similar spots in their batting alignment. Swinging a ground ball to the right. Long run to get to it for Enos. She'll pick it up and throws out Caitlin McNeil. And the Vikings are out on 3 straight ground balls. And they're half of the 6th. Nothing across. We'll go to the 7th. It's a 1-run ball game. The Vikings down 4-3 to the Argos on the LaRue Laco Financial scoreboard. This is Vikings softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and newsdakota.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Well, welcome back. Now we're going to start playing with some pace. We're ready to go rather quickly here coming out of the changeover into the 7th. 4-3 your score. The Argos with the lead. And the Argos will bat in the 7th trying to tack on before they would pitch for a win in the bottom of the 7th. And we'll see Ella Galloway coming to the plate for the Argos. It'll be Galloway, then the top of the order again. Ali Ayanaka, Cassidy Yeoman. Cassidy Yeoman hasn't been out in game number 2 today. She's had an outstanding game. Ella Galloway had a doubler last time up. She's 1 for 2. She scored. She swings and misses here for strike 1. Uncanny what the top of the order has done today, particularly in the 2 spot. Yeoman 3 for 3 in this game. She was 2 for 3 in the previous game. She scored a pair of runs, 1 in each game today. She'll bat 3rd this inning. Here's a swing and a drive, deep but foul, off the bat of Galloway. And the count will be a ball and a strike. Ayanaka's 1 for 3 in this game. She was 3 for 3 in the last game, so 4 for 6 up top. And you're talking about 5 for 6. My math telling me that's what, 9 for 12 in the top 2 spots in the order today. You're hitting 750 in the top 2 spots in the order, and that doesn't include a walk and a hit batsman that was in that sequence as well. That's a really good run out of the top 2 bats for the Argos today. 2 balls and a strike on Ella Galloway. The pitch from Clausen misses away, and it's now 3 balls and a strike on Galloway. Oh, my apologies, folks. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ella Galloway. Two and 2 the count, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit foul back behind us. There's some delay that goes on between indicating the pitch in the hut here and it getting up on the scoreboard out in center field. We're not really sure what that is. Basically what we're doing is we're attaching a note on the result of the strike and sending it over there by carrier pigeon. The 2-2 pitch, that one's line shot. That one towards the corner and foul. The count will remain 2-2. We've got a guy behind the scoreboard that catches the pigeon, then takes the paper off, and then manually changes the number up in the score. It seems like that because it's an eternity between the button being pushed here in the shack and the number actually changing up at the scoreboard. Not sure what the delay is, but obviously technical in nature. A lot of distance to cover there, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 to Galloway again. Missed low, ball 3. That was tight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It was close. Clausen, I think, knew she missed it, but was also trying to will that one in or coax a call. And now the bases are loaded, or rather the count is full with 2 outs. Or nobody out, my apologies. 3-2 pitch. Lifted in the air in the infield. Towards short. Aaliyah Nicola calling for it. She'll make the catch. And Galloway is out number 1 here in the 7th. Tell you what, with Ayanaka and Yeoman coming up, getting that out is really important for Cooper Clausen. You start facing the top of this order with runners on, and it's a pretty steady trap towards falling further behind in the game. And instead, bases empty, 1 out. Ali Ayanaka at the plate, 1 for 3 in this game with a run scored. She shows bunt. She'll take it back. Clausen delivers. Pitch called a strike. 0-1 to Ali Ayanaka. We're in the 7th. The Argos leading 4-3. Ayanaka squares again, and here comes the 0-1 to her. She'll slap it left side. Backhanded again by Nicola. She'll make a throw of it across the diamond, but no chance to get Ayanaka. That's all Ayanaka has to do to reach. Put the ball in play to the left side of the infield. We've seen a couple of nice plays made by Aaliyah Nicola today where she just hasn't had a chance to make an out because of the speed in this Argos lineup. Cassidy Yeoman will come to the plate. 3 for 3 today in this game. 3 singles. She scored a run, stolen a base. She'll deliver. Swing and a miss. The count, no balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. That one lifted to left field, and that one's going to be into the gap and go all the way to the wall. A turn by Alanaka around second and around third. The cutoff throw actually gets away from the cutoff player, and Ayanaka will come all the way around from first to score. Cassidy Yeoman has an RBI double here in the seventh, and the Argos will take a 5-3 lead. So the lead now 2 for the Argos, and Tennyson Enos will come to the plate for Providence. Providence trying to salvage a game out of the series, and again, their position in the conference in number 2 cannot be challenged, and they can't catch Dickinson State either. Pitch on the way, swung on, hit foul to the right side. Count will go to no balls on a strike on Tennyson Enos. But you don't want to go into the tournament getting swept in a 4-game series if you're Providence, and so the game still has some, I guess, meaning as far as momentum is concerned, and they want to try to get out of here feeling like they won a game, even though the Vikings have been rather dominant in the way that they played the series up till this point. Enos 1 for 3, drives one right side down the line. That's a base hit. On 2 outs, Bogenreef has it. Throw will come to the plate, not in time. On the throw, runner attempting to advance, and on to second goes Tennyson Enos. She'll have an RBI single. She'll take second on the throw. Yeoman comes around to score, and the lead is now 6-3 Providence. So now a 3-run lead for the Argos, and they still have a couple of big sticks to bring out of the bag. Aaron Bishop will come to the plate with a runner in scoring position and just 1 out. Clausen delivers. Breaking pitch for a strike. Bishop's 0 for 2 in the game. She did walk in the 3rd inning. Now 6-3 in favor of Providence. Clausen takes a look at the pitch card and will deliver. Fastball misses away. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. That dugout for Providence is something else, isn't it? 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch to Bishop. She chops it foul. It hits her in the box. Stayed out in fair territory, but made contact with her in the box. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Bishop stands ready. Enos away from second base. The 1-2. Lifted foul back to the screen. Start looking at those conference standings. The Vikings 15-12. Carroll 11-11. So if the Vikings were to drop this one and move to 15-13, they'd have a 4-game lead in the win column. Here's a swing and a ground ball up the middle, and picked up by the shortstop, Aaliyah Nicola. Her throw across the diamond, going to be in time. It'll advance the runner. Enos will go on to third. Bishop will ground out to the shortstop for out number 2, and it's Alex Bishop that will come to the plate. So Carroll plays Mayville State tomorrow. They would be 11-11. The Vikings, if they were to lose this one, would be 15-13. So you start talking about what it takes to draw even with the Vikings. If you're Carroll, you're already 2 up in the loss column. Swinging a flare foul off the bat of Bishop. The math's not going to be quite right because the number of games will be different, but right now 22 games for Carroll. The Vikings will have played 28 games in the conference after this. That's the situation with spring sports as some go away. The 0-1, breaking pitch for a strike on Alex Bishop. And the count is a ball and 2, rather no balls and 2 strikes. But 15-13, so 13-11. So if you're Carroll, 13-11 would be even. I don't know how the tiebreaker would go. Bishop swings and drives one to deep center field, and this one is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Alex Bishop, who we've been talking about all day as their leader in home runs. She hits her 12th, 4 runs come in the inning for Providence, and they'll take an 8-3 lead. Despite the wind, the ball leaves the yard out in center field as Alex Bishop drives one out of the yard to center. And Matt Gable, the head coach of the Vikings, will come onto the diamond to talk with his hurler. Well, 4 runs here in the 7th. 7 of the 8 runs in the game for Providence have been scored number 5 up. That's the second run today scored by Alex Bishop here in this matchup. She's 2 for 4. And the top half of the lineup has just had a day for Providence in game 2. Ayanaka's 2 for 4. Yeoman is 4 for 4. So at that point, you're 6 for 8. Tennyson Enos, 2 for 4. So that'll bring you, what, 8 for 12 on the day? Aaron Bishop 0 for 3, so 8 for 15. But now Alex Bishop, 2 for 4. So just quickly through the lineup, 10 for 19, batting over 500, top half of the order up. They've scored 7 runs. And so the top half of the order has found its role as a pitch hit foul off the bat of Madison White. And the count will be no balls and a strike. A look in and the 0-1 pitch. Grounded towards third. 2 hops taken by McNeil. She'll throw across the diamond for the out. And White will ground out to the third baseman. And that will retire the Vikings in the 7th. But the Argos strike gold here. 4 runs come in on 4 hits, including a 2-run home run by Alex Bishop. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the Vikings now trailing by a score of 8-3. This is Viking Softball, VCSU Athletics on YouTube and NewsDakota.com. We're back with more next.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
An update from Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. The Vikings trailing 8-3 to Dickinson State. The Vikings needed a split in that series, and they've earned at least that. They're only in the 4th inning in that matchup, though. That's a 9-inning game that they've got going on up at the Charlie today. And that one's also available on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Avery Kuklinski will take one out of the zone. It's 8-3 Argos after a 4-run eruption and the top half of the 7th. And Kuklinski takes one high for ball 2. The count will go to 2 balls and no strikes. So the Vikings winning the first 3 games, but now in some trouble here in the bottom of the 7th, down by a score of 8-3. Kuklinski 0 for 1 today, walked back in the 2nd inning. And the pitch to her. Called a strike on the outside corner. The count, 2 balls and a strike on Kuklinski. Kuklinski ready, and the 2-1 pitch. That one flared foul to the left and will twist out of play. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kuklinski. Well, what helps if you're the Vikings and trying to form a comeback here and put some doubt into it, get your leadoff batter aboard anyway on. Kuklinski ready, the 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air to left field, that won't do it. Mia Monroe backing up will make the catch. And Monroe reels it in. Kuklinski is out number 1 in the 7th. Again, this would be a great outing for Alex Bishop down the stretch. She's given up 3 runs today. Only 2 have been earned on 5 hits. She has not yet struck out a batter She's walked 2, hit 1, but the way that you go about playing the game, don't give up a ton of free passes and let the defense take care of it for you, and the defense has found a way to do that down the stretch. As we're going to see Anna Kowalik pinch hit for Pascal Keene. So Kowalik steps in, swings and misses on a riser. And the count will go to 0-1 on Kowalik. So Keene will be pinch hit for in the top of the Viking lineup. And Kowalik stands ready. The 0-1 offering. That one in the dirt out in front of the plate. Brings the count level at 1 ball, 1 strike. Keene 0 for 3 in this matchup and was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, or a sacrifice bunt rather, in the previous matchup. So tough day in the top of the order for the Vikings. And Kowalik will have an opportunity to swing the bat. The 1-1 offering. Lifted in the air, left side, foul territory, and end up twisting out of play behind the Viking dugout. Count level 1-1. Again, the final game of the regular season. It's off to tournament time in Dickinson starting on Thursday. 1 ball, 1 strike. Keene ready. Rather, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch, high. Count now level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dickinson sounds like it's going to be the home of the Bat Sports Conference Tournament for some time going forward. They put together a really nice setup. Coaches seem to like it. 2-2, hit foul. Count will remain 2-2 as Kowalik got a swing out there just to keep a piece of it. Baseball field is kind of just beyond downtown in a residential area, but they've obviously got the summer collegiate team in Dickinson where they've made a lot of improvements to their baseball field. And the softball field's 100% turf. Really nice facility. 2-2 pitch. Misses low and away for a ball, and the count will be 3-2. Kowalik trying to make the most of her pinch hitting performance. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A look in by Alex Bishop. The 2-2. Grounded right side. That one to the first baseman. Ella Galloway will make the play. She steps on her own bag for out number 2. And it comes down to Madden Bogenreef, who's had a very solid game too. A single, a double. She scored a run. Was stranded at second base back in the 5th inning. The Viking offense 0 for its last 8 at the plate. And only 2 hits since the 3rd inning. Bogenreef will take one away for ball 1. The Vikings 2 for their last 13 at the plate since going back to the 3rd inning, where they had a couple of hits and scratched out a run to take the lead. 1-0 pitch, Bogenreef up the middle. She'll have another. It's a base hit for Madden Bogenreef. And Madden Bogenreef extends the game, her 3rd hit in game number 2. 3 for 4, and now it's Kennedy Stone and Kylie Bannard looking to try to put some doubt in this one for the Vikings. 8-3 your score with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Alex Bishop trying to finish it off for the Argos. And the pitch from Bishop. Stone will take it on the inner half for strike 1. Kennedy's had a tough second game. She's flown out to every position in the outfield. To right in the 1st, to center in the 3rd, to left in the 5th. Just kept working the ball around. The 0-1 to Stone. That one a riser high. Count will level up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams a chance to come out of this with something good. The Vikings win 3 out of 4 against the Argos in 2nd place, and the Argos get a great pitching performance to extend their battery of arms. It hadn't been a great second half of the season for Alex Bishop, but she's pitched extremely well here today. 2 balls and a strike now on Kennedy Stone. Madden Bogenreef at second with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. The 2-1. Stone swings and lifts it in the air right side. That will twist out a play behind us. And now Kennedy Stone and the Vikings down to their final strike. Stone back to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bishop takes a look in, delivers. Stone will take it, strike 3 on the top end of the zone. Stone decided to let it go, and Alex Bishop ends the game with her only strikeout this afternoon, and the Argos catch some rhythm in the 7th. They score 4 runs in the top of the 7th inning, and then counter by getting their only strikeout against the Vikings to end the game against Kennedy Stone, one of the more lethal hitters that you'll find in the Frontier Conference. For the Vikings in their half of the 7th inning, no runs on a hit, they'll leave 1, and your final score today will be the Argos 8 and the Vikings 3. Let's go through our post-game totals that we had for you here today. First of all, for the Argos, they will score 8 runs on 12 hits, commit 2 errors, and leave 4 today. And the win will go to Alex Bishop, who throws a complete game, 7 innings of work, gives up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 6 hits. She struck out 1, walked 2, and hit 1 today. For the Vikings, it'll be 3 runs on 6 hits. They'll commit no errors. The Vikings will leave 6, and the loss will be taken by Cooper Clausen, who will end up working 4 1/3 innings of work today. And Clausen will end up being tagged with 6 runs today. She'll end up giving up 7 hits in the matchup. And Clausen will strike out 3 and walk 1. Again, the loss to Clausen, the win to Alex Bishop. It's 8 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left for the Argos. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left for the Vikings. And your final score today will be the Argos 8, the Vikings 3. In earlier action, the Vikings win in 6 innings, 10-2 over the Argos. Game 2 played in 2 hours flat today. Began at 2:13, ended at 4:13 Central Daylight Time here at the Vikings Softball Complex on the campus of Valley City State in Valley City, North Dakota. So the Vikings will finish their regular season with a conference record of 15-13. They will either be the 3 or 4 seed. They've secured a top half seed in the conference tournament coming up. That will be determined by Carroll College's result with Mayville State. Now again, 15-13 for the Vikings. Carroll College 11-11. So 13-11 brings them even. 14-11. So 3 wins and a loss would get them to 14-12. That would catch the Vikings essentially at 15-13. They would go by percentage points at that moment. So we can go ahead and just do some very quick math for you here. If they were to get to a record of 14-12, meaning that they win 3 out of 4 games against Mayville State, they would win 14 of their 26 conference games. That would give them a percentage of .538 in the league. Now the Vikings at 15-13 would have a percentage of .535 in the league. And so if you go by percentage points based on the very quick math there, what it would mean is that Carroll can win no more than 2. If they were to win 3 games out of 4 against Mayville State, then the Vikings would end up in the number 4 spot. Carroll would end up in the number 3 spot in that juncture. That's what now again, that's unofficial. That's just kind of penciling it in, but that's what it would kind of look like to us as we take a look at percentage points and what they would mean in the conference standings. We thank you for joining us throughout the course of the season. Looking forward to being back with you again in the fall as we get ready for another year of Viking athletics, but that'll do it for the regular season of home web streaming for the Vikings this year. Been my pleasure to be with you throughout the course of the season. Ryan Cunningham saying so long from Valley City State.